Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone around the world. This is Wraith. I'm back again with another episode of our Forgotten Realms D&D campaign. The Protectors have learned that the Lady Illustrial, one of the most powerful wizards in the Forgotten Realms, has been murdered. Silvery Moon has been attacked and is under control of unknown forces, which they later find out it's the Githyanki, commanded by none other than Marissa. They also see a small fleet of airships hovering above the city, kind of strategically bombing various areas. Presumably a rebel faction or a guerrilla faction trying to regain control of Silvery Moon. The Protectors, aided by Councilwoman Vaerhil's magic, teleported on the lead flagship of the airship fleet, and what ensued was kind of like this pitched battle. During the fight, Dawn was struck by what seems to be a mortal blow. She's launched off the side of the airship unconscious. Death was almost certain. Velis and Beetle both jumped over the side. Velis turning into a giant eagle, and Beetle taking a potion of flying. Between the both of them, they managed to wake Dawn up moments before she hits the ground, and she desperately cast a polymorph spell and turned herself into a T-Rex, cratering the ground, turning back into herself, and then passing out. Now the party is split. Velis, Beetle, and Dawn are on the ground in the middle of an occupied city. Well, what's going to happen next? Let's find out.
Anyway, yeah, I crawled into a building. What's left of them. Beetle and Velis joined me.
And you actually landed on a bunch of prisoners being led away by Githyanki.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you
cratering them and leaving this screaming child in your wake. About 7 to 9 years of age. And you, looking around, you find yourself in what looks to be a very downtrodden slums district in Silvery Moon. You manage to pull yourself into, the first doorway you see, and that doorway kind of opens up into a really dilapidated little hovel that is got kind of a dirt floor. Some of it's wood. Looks like someone may have, taken some scrap wood to start making a wood floor over it. It's got a cheap-looking wide bed there, and then another smaller bed of hay. Beetle, what do you do?
I haven't quite followed Dawn inside yet. I'm still torn between looking at her and looking at the kid screaming in the road.
And he is screaming, and urine running down his leg, and he's just trembling.
Quick, silence him before more guards come. You have a dagger.
And he's just standing there. He's shackled at the end of this long chain of shackles. And
are there any Gith around right now?
Make a perception check.
Well, I flattened all the ones under me.
And Velis, as Beetle is looking around, you quickly rejoin them.
I see everything.
Yeah, you are fairly confident that you do not see any Kith, nor hear any, but it would not be too far off to reason that some more may be coming soon.
Right. How close am I to the kid?
He's just feet off.
Okay, I run to him and start undoing his manacles.
All right, make a sleight of hand check as you try to pick his locks.
Is this just thieves' tools?
Yep. I forgot you had those. Yeah.
Kind of hard to pick a lock with that.
Oh yeah. They weren't particularly complex locks. They fall off in record time.
I take the kid by the shoulders, and I say, "I know that was bad. I know that was really bad. Do you know where home is? Is there anyone you can go to?"
As you take his shoulders and say that, his screaming abruptly stops. But he looks like he's in a daze, like in a catatonic state.
Crap.
Brian,
Mhm.
I'm going to, with a shaking hand, uncork and drink a healing potion
Okay.
on my second attempt to remove the top off of it.
Okay, I look at the kid and I say, "Kid, I'm gonna get you out of here, but I need you to be really quiet." And I drag him with me into the building where Dawn is.
All right. Velis, what are you doing?
Well, I see her trying to trying to help that kid into the building that Dawn went. I am going to fly down right behind her and kind of watch her back as she gets into the building.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep concentrating on fly for right now, just in case we need it suddenly. And I've got, considering where we're at right now, I've probably got about 9 minutes left on it.
Okay.
You drink a potion, right?
I used
What?
my cittern.
Oh, okay. I thought you drank a potion. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to quickly rejoin Dawn. And as a matter of fact, this little building is where you all are right now.
Am I familiar with this part of the city? Like, do I know whereabouts we are, roughly?
You're roughly in the northwest part of town, yeah. And this is actually a pretty notorious slum district. Let's just say organized crime usually has its heyday here.
So yes, I'm familiar with this area. Okay. I'm gonna go take the kid in. I've cast prestidigitation on the kid to clean him up. Because I can do that with a snap of the fingers. And I take him in, I sit him down, like, not too far from us, and then I go to Dawn, and I kind of look up and make sure Velis is with me still, because this is, like, all happening really fast.
Yep.
I've just finished drinking the healing potion.
All right.
Dawn, are you okay?
I don't feel very good.
Do you need another heal?
I shake my head and clear my eyes for a second. The healing potion kicks in. As you hear a cracking noise as like my shoulder like pops back into place from the potion. Oh, come on. If you can spare one.
Yeah, I can. I put my hand on her and I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
Which translates to.
Hold on, cast. Please hold.
Nope, I didn't. I clicked the wrong roll initiative by accident.
10 hit points.
Did not mean to roll initiative. You can disregard that roll.
And while all this is going on, I'm going to switch perspectives here just for a moment. Nathan and Gion, is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
You are going down the road. You are a pair of foragers that are being sent out for supplies for the resistance. It was during this time that you, of course, have the familiar sight of the airships above. Those airships have been there for about a month now. When all heck seems to break loose, you see some fighting on top of the airship. You see one of the airships that the fighting is on, a fire barrel just drop down and smash into the deck of one of the other ships, and that other ship all of a sudden speeds up and banks off to get away as the skeleton crew tries to bring the fire under control. Shortly thereafter, you see a wall of flame fly up on one of the other ships, followed immediately by 2 detonations as the fire barrels on that ship just blows up, and a bunch of wood and iron comes falling down to the ground, showering the city below, as now the mortally wounded ship begins to bank and to dive as smoke and fire kind of streams in its wake. You see a couple of diminutive figure on the falling ship struggling for control as they're trying to bring the airship out over the city and towards the west. Just before it crashes, you notice that all 3 figures disappear from its deck. Then you see continued fighting on the main ship where the fighting at first began, while 2 other ships are the one that was formerly burning, and another ship banks and tries to come back around towards the ship that's being fought over. A 4th ship to the south is now suddenly being fought over as well. From this distance, you really can't see who it is, but you do notice a very big form of one of the individuals on one of the southern ships, and that could only be Yukon Longchain, one of the leaders of your resistance, perhaps the odder of the 2, or of the leaders. It wasn't long after that you see the ferocious fighting is continued, but now one figure falling, motionless, and 2 others diving. One turns himself into a giant eagle, I believe it was, and the other just seeming to somehow fly, a diminutive figure with dark rock-like skin. They never come back up. You hear more than see a tremendous impact just moments after the original figure falling disappears from view. And you immediately, of course, start towards where they landed. You find yourself in a slum, and you find the site of impact. You find a trail of blood. What do you do?
I guess we follow it then.
Okay. It does lead to a doorway close by.
Before they enter, Don would definitely have asked Velis. She'd look up, and this would be moments later after all this just happened. Just look and say, "What happened?" Just look between Velis and Beetle, confused.
Beetle, she just kind of shakes her head, and like she feels something wet on her cheeks, and she's like, "What? And like, am I bleeding?" And she looks, and she's realizing that she's like sobbing, and and she just goes to you, and she says, "You almost died. Marissa blasted you off the ship, and you were falling, and I jumped off, but I couldn't get to you, and then Velis turned into a bird, and he kind of caught you, but I wasn't strong enough, and then Velis saved you, and you turned into some kind of really big lizard. It was, if you could do that another time, that would be really cool, but
I kind of rub my temple a little bit. Velis, you saved me?
Well,
Don's a little shell-shocked.
I I did the only thing I had left I could do, and it seems to have enabled you to make that last minute change to the giant lizard thing.
Don stands up, just looks at Velis, hugs him, and kisses him on the forehead. And just says, "Thanks." And squeeze your shoulder.
Velis's accent that he normally uses breaks again. He's like, "Girl, that was quite a kiss. Thank you for that pleasant embrace."
Shove him off. Turn to say, "Where's everyone else?"
I think they're still up on the ship. They were still fighting Marissa when we jumped after you.
That's true. They are still above as well.
And then I hear footstep noises outside approaching the door.
And Beetle whirls and tries to go for her short sword and her dagger, but realizes she's only got the dagger. She's like, crap. And she draws her other short sword.
Hermathos whips out his cittern and stares at the door. Velis whips out.
Sorry, Brett. That's all I want to do. So you can establishing that Don knew what was going on.
Gion, Nathan, you kind of slowly open the door to an unlikely trio.
I pull my hood up.
A deep gnome. I keep on wanting to call you a rock gnome. I guess technically both would be true. But anyway, a deep gnome, a hard rock gnome. No, just kidding.
Beetle's totally metal.
A wood elf and a human.
And a little kid.
And a little kid that seems to be in a catatonic state.
Beetle whirls on the door, like knives flashing, like ready to shank both of you, basically.
And the human standing there looks like he's prepared to play his guitar at you.
I whirl and stretch out my arm, and Dawn tries to prepare higher level magic than she can capably cast at the moment, which
surprisingly, as you do so, runes fire up on your arm like a bright blue color, and they've never done that before. And you hear this odd kind of sensation in a thrill of new energy, and you hear a whisper in your mind, "Don't worry, girl, I've got this."
Yeah.
What do you do, Nathan? Gion?
As I see this going on, I'm immediately go, "We're not here to hurt." And I'll grab my crossbow off my back and just.
And Beetle starts coming at you as you draw that.
Stop. Small one. No.
If you're not here to hurt us, why are you going for your weapon?
To put it down. To show you I mean no harm.
I don't have a weapon.
It's fine.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
We're foragers. I followed a blood trail.
Ew.
I followed him.
I kind of look at the door jam. I look at the door jam and point at it, and I go, "Beetle, it is of course."
That was perfect. We're foragers. I followed a blood trail. The law of unintended consequence.
Between gritted teeth, I say, "That was a bit of a close one, Azram. You could have acted a bit sooner."
When you're doing your spells, it's hard for me to impose my own will. You are so chaotic and messy, and mine is more ordered.
Yeah, well, it won't be good for either of us if I hit the ground at however fast I was going. So keep a closer eye on things, especially when I'm not in.
Make smarter choices.
Do I hear Dawn talking to herself?
Yes, I'm speaking out loud. I'm muttering under my breath.
Look at them.
Is she good?
You guys wouldn't hear me across the room. They're next to me.
Okay.
I'm not talking loudly.
You're foraging for who? For what?
anyone left alive at this point.
Well, you've come to the wrong place. I say the blood trail is like spattered on the ground near.
You're alive though, right?
Surprisingly
here?
enough.
What you need to do.
I.
You fell quite a bit, I'd say at least.
Yeah. Well. Looked a lot higher from up there.
So, the crater.
It's a good question.
Crater? I look out the window and see the massive crater. Like, oh shit! How'd that happen?
Like, giant crater, tiny blood.
That's we're trying to figure that out too.
Well,
I look questioningly at Beetle.
stuff happened.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, Beetle, Velis, I don't know about you all, but I'm out of everything. I need a rest. I'm not going to be much help. We have to find somewhere safe.
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve yet, but
I just hold my arms out. I've got nothing left. Except for, is my arm still glowing blue?
Yeah, it is.
Well, maybe I do, but I wouldn't rely on it too much.
I'm going to kind of strum a couple of notes on my cittern, and I'm going to cast you through it. I will cast Cure Wounds on Dawn.
I'm not too bad anymore. Drink a health potion. Beetle's healed me twice, so I'm not too down on hit points.
Okay. All right, and I
Feel
will.
my mental strain. That'd be nice. Or transfer spell slots to me. Either one, I'd appreciate.
If I had some way to transfer magical energy, I would.
Can I like drain it from him like a vampire?
And that would be an interesting class mechanic.
Mana drain.
wonder
That'd be
if she'll be able
incredibly
to
annoying.
Consume slots from my infused items. Eventually. A question for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Beetle's still like looking very suspiciously up at you two. Who are you with?
Who else is walking around this part of the city at this time? The Resistance, of course.
The Resistance, huh?
Yeah.
Wait.
Simple as can be.
Out of character question to Brian.
Yep.
Did Beetle see that it was Yukon and Darren and her friend, the wizard guy, on the other ship? I was on the right side of the ship at one point, so I might have seen. I'm not
You
sure.
said that Beetle. I remember Beetle having a reaction to it because.
Oh, I heard. What's his face's voice? What's his name?
Oh, Ross.
I heard Ross's voice. I say, all right, if you're with the Resistance, there's an illusionist with you. What's his name?
Ross Goddard.
Holy shit, they're with the Resistance.
Who else would it be? I mean, great man.
It's like
He's a
that
good
line
guy.
from Star Wars Episode 7 where Finn's like, "You're with the
Get in, God, get in, guys, get in here." I like usher them in, and I look out to make sure there's no more gift coming.
I give like a nice like formal like monastic bow to each of them.
I pick my crossbow off the ground and just replace it on my back.
We should probably move before long. I don't think they'll let this disturbance linger.
Yeah, they're gonna be searching. Well, we made quite a mess of this part of the city, so.
Look at the bodies outside.
Crater,
Quite,
blood splatter.
quite
I would
a
say-
small mess.
Dozen of bodies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is there a
It's
back
been
door
a
to
day.
this building, Brian?
I'm sorry?
Is there a back door?
No, there's just the one door
Are there windows on the sides of the
right
house?
here. There is a window. You can't see it very well, but there's a window right to the south of the in the wall next to the hay, bed of hay.
I'm just gonna walk over to the window, peer outside. Do I just see an adjacent building?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a building right across from you.
Beetle, Velis, whoever you two are, we should get moving, and soon.
Quick
I
thing.
pull my hood up. and just begin clambering through the window.
Just real quick out of character, can we get a quick character description of like the two new people we just met?
Oh,
Yep, go ahead and describe yourselves.
Gion.
All right. I got you. All
Anyone
right.
wants to know
So
what the character looks like? It's
my name is Gion the Gale. I am from a monastery inside Silvery Moon, and I'm wearing the green and white robes from my monastery, and I've got like a half robe for my upper torso, so the left half of my body is not robed or anything like that, and I have like tan skin with green eyes and no hair. On my back is a tattoo from my monastery involving the weaving of the four elements, or the four major elements. And then I've got standard monastic pants and shoes.
Okay, and human?
Yep.
Okay.
We're both human, yes.
Okay.
Nathan?
Nathan is about a little under 6 feet tall, little tall man. Father was a part of the Silver Watch to watch the streets of Silvery Moon. Crossbow fighter, standard studded leather armor. Does what needs to get done and how to get it done. Blonde hair, green eyes, light skin, mid-20s.
All right.
Velis looks like a cross between Elvis Presley and Indiana Jones.
I like it. I like it a lot.
In more ways than one. Beetle, Beetle, you want to give a brief description of yourself?
Sure. Beetle is a little deep gnome with like dark charcoal gray skin and mostly black hair with a really iridescent green like beetle-like stripe down the middle of her head. She wears leather armor. She's like studded with daggers and short swords and like crossbows. But she's also got like mechanical contraptions sort of like stashed all over her body and like weird looking doodads.
And that's the technical term for that, by the way, doodads.
I like the
Doodad
crossbows. Respect that.
All right. So
you see her like looking at your crossbow like kind of like appraisingly.
Dawn, you said you were getting the heck out of Dodge.
Yeah, I'm climbing through the window.
Through the window. Okay.
Side window. I'm not going out the front door.
Do we follow her?
We found this lost child. He's not doing very well. Why don't you just carry him, maybe?
I will pick up the small child and just kind of carry him on my shoulder, if I will.
The child...
And give a look like, really? We're taking the kid to Beetle.
She wanted the child. I mean,
I'm not going to leave him here by himself, and I'm not going to tell you why right now, but I'll tell you later.
have I seen this kid before?
No, he could be one of any number of kids that, street kids, for all you know.
Gotcha.
Just make sure he doesn't.
Velis wouldn't left him there either.
He's non-responsive as you pick him up. He's totally had a psychotic break or something.
Kind of like the over-the-shoulders dad carry with him. Yeah.
Don, as you wiggle out through a very small window, in lieu of using a perfectly serviceable door.
I don't want to exit onto the main street. I want to be in an alley.
Make a percent.
I'm also trying to be stealthy.
Check. All right, make a stealth check at disadvantage because window, really small window.
So it'll even out.
It cancels.
All right, fine. Okay, you're fine. And make a perception check.
Too busy fitting through the window without making noise to look at anything.
All right.
I go next.
Okay, you going through the window?
Yeah, and I'm also being as quiet as I can.
All right. Go ahead and make your stealth check at disadvantage.
I actually have advantage because I have my boots on, so it cancels, but it's a sucky roll anyway.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm questioning if I can fit through the window or not with the kid on my shoulder. So carefully walk out the door.
Looking at the window, you definitely can tell you would not fit through the window. And you also know from the fact that you were just outside that both the window and the door opens up to a rather main thoroughfare. So it's kind of a moot point.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, okay, didn't understand that. Thought we were going out the back.
there wasn't really a back door here.
Got it.
Yeah.
It was the best option. Was a window.
I'm just gonna follow him out the front door.
I'm just gonna.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Gion out the door
Velis,
stealthily.
what are you doing?
Same. I'll follow Geome out the door.
All right. As you guys leave the door, you each of you can make a perception check as well.
As they're making a perception check, I'm gonna whisper to Beetle. Beetle, do you know of a safe place anywhere near here we can hunker down for the next few hours? You're muted, Juliet.
Beamer, do I know of a safe place anywhere near here?
Would I know of a safe place? Also, being
Good
used to these
question.
streets.
Nathan,
Oh,
you
you might.
would. Beetle, you would, but you don't know if it's still relevant. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot has changed. Nathan, you know where the resistance hideouts are.
Yeah.
And at this point, you probably would think maybe to bring them there.
Yeah, Elsbeth will know what to do.
Beetle, Nathan, and Gion, you all hear, as you are exiting the building in your various ways, some kind of this guttural language being shouted back and forth, and the slamming of doors and the kicking open of doors, as it appears that there are more Githyanki in the area, and this time it seems that they're searching. They are coming from roughly the south, the west and the north. Here, let me reveal more of this area here.
Also, I just remembered Beetle still got the fly potion active. It lasts for an hour, and she just took it like moments ago. So
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
All right. So this is basically the area in which you are in. What do you do?
You said we hear the noises coming from the north and the west.
Yes.
I guess we're heading south. I would
So
assume.
it's not, they haven't discovered us yet. Sounds like they're still clearing the building.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's just sneak our way away from the noises of people trying to kill us.
Oh,
Alright.
Beetle goes up and hands Dawn the die of the arcane gamble and says, "If we get in a fight, you can use this."
Thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. That was one of my favorite items too.
But try not to lose it, because it's really cool.
Alright, don't worry, I've got a trick of my own left. I just remembered. Still a little shaken.
All right. For those of you who haven't made stealth checks yet and are going to be stealthing, go ahead and make them now. Ooh, okay.
Is that me? Ah, it was me.
All right.
I do have a kid on my shoulders, so I'm gonna say
Yeah,
that's the reason.
That's oddly fitting.
Yeah, I have a kid on my shoulders currently.
All right. So, give me a second here. All right. So as you manage to, you're sneaking along and you're kind of flitting by these alleys and roads and kind of cutting your way south through the slums. For the most part, you feel like you're doing pretty well. There's a couple times you've seen Githyanki down the alley, but you managed to avoid their gaze. But somewhere along the way, Nathan, the child that you're carrying, you see him blink, and he goes, and he starts looking around, and he says, "Who are you?
I fly up right in the kid's face, and I say, "Do you remember me?"
And as soon as you say that, you hear this deep growl, lizard-like growl down one of the alleys you just passed. You would have noticed by now that many of the Githyanki patrols usually contain at least one mounted Githyanki on what appears to be this large blue lizard-like creature.
Okay. I'm gonna grab. Oh no, I don't have a thing big enough. Do we have like an alley we can back up in real quick?
Yeah, there's alleys all over the place.
Okay. I back us up into one, and I immediately cast Silent Image and make it look like a huge just pile of like debris and trash blocking off this alley.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, sorcerers and their limited spell slots. Or
What's your
spell
DC
choices.
for Silent Image?
The DC is
2.
14. Ooh, whatever.
Investigation.
Okay. So, as you back up into the alley and kind of pull back everybody, you put up the silent image, and just in time, because a trio of Githyanki, one mounted on one of the blue lizards, slowly come by, and they pass. One of them, though, just as he was past it, the mounted one stops when it's his mount kind of, his head swings over and he begins sniffing.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna use minor illusion to make it smell like our scents are suddenly all the opposite way.
Minor illusion can't do smells.
It can't do smells?
No.
Nope.
Damn it.
Prestidigitation can, but that is a range of 10 feet, which is what I was just looking at.
Okay.
10 feet will help a little bit, man.
The rider kind of gives the mount a little bit of his lead as the mount kind of takes a couple steps towards your alley.
Can prestidigitation do smells?
Has a 10-foot range.
Ah, damn it.
You can try.
I try to cover our smell.
How do you try to cover your smell?
I try to make it smell like the trash pile is really stinky, just so that that's all he's gonna smell.
I use prestidigitation too, but I just been trying to make it smell like literal shit.
Yeah.
I follow their lead and add my prestidigitation to it.
With
That's
our powers combined, we all
I do skunk.
prestidigitation.
All
It will
right.
all smell like shit.
As this inundation of olfactory nastiness comes forward, how many times you get to say a phrase like that?
Not enough, Ryan.
Julie.
The creature kind of, and then snorts, and then he just continues on towards the other two Githyanki, who have continued on to the south.
I use message to Velis. Holy shit.
I nod.
I turn to Beetle and say, "That's why I didn't want to take the kid."
Well, we can't just leave him there. And again, I'm not going to explain that to you now, but I will later.
I just glare at her for a second. Right. We need to keep moving. I don't think I want to test my luck with that sort of thing twice.
Yeah.
I turn to Beetle and the two newcomers. I say, "Which way?"
How far are we from where we need to go? I asked the guys.
Nathan, you know you're about, both of you actually know you're about 15 minutes walk.
I asked for an explanation of how to get there because I think I can get us there faster because I usually can.
It's about 15 minutes walk from here. In which
Okay.
direction would you say?
That's hard to say. Part of it's in the sewers, but if you kind of describe, the directions to Beetle, that she might be able to. She's got a class feature, metagaming, OOC, whatever you want to call it.
Beetle's got a memory of low places. She knows how to get places fast.
Okay, then.
So he explains. He's like, "Oh, I know a shortcut. I know exactly where that is, and I'm gonna have our time to get there."
Okay. I'm assuming you're going to continue to try stealthing the rest of the way.
Which
yeah.
will double the amount of
Yep.
time it takes to get there.
Yep. New stealth checks, everybody.
All right, still with.
This kid better not fail me.
Oh god.
Kid did
Wait, I have
slightly better.
advantage. I have advantage. I
This
have
kid
advantage.
did slightly better.
Oh, thank God I bought those boots in the Feywild.
Oh,
This kid, man. This kid is. Ooh.
Okay.
As I hear all these people making noise behind me, I'm like, why am I with these people? Right now, they just jump.
You, some of you are just opting for, being quick rather than being quiet as you're trying to just get through the slums, the rest of the slums. Beetle, you do know a couple of shortcuts and are able to lead your party through some of the lesser known alleys in the place to knock off a little time. In short order, there was a point there where you did kind of alert another set of guards that still seemed to be searching in the general vicinity of the now oddly uninhabited crater for whomever or whatever fell from the airship. But you manage in just a stroke of luck, really, to find a manhole cover to the sewers that was loose enough for you to pry up with Nathan's help and to get down into the sewers. After which, you continue along for another 5 minutes as you finally reach what looks to be kind of like this, for lack of a better word, this nexus where a lot of the sewage drainage areas come together. Doesn't necessarily smell the best, but as you get close, you are challenged by a couple of the guards, which Gion is able to, identify themselves, and they let you through. As you step into this nexus, you realize that the resistance isn't some hodgepodge group thrown together. As you see several of the black and gold brocaded uniforms of the spell guard amongst their number. A few very tired looking knights in silver, kind of sitting around on makeshift cots, looking exhausted. Around a table, you see a very short dwarf, very short blonde beard, his helmet held at his side. Beetle and Velis, you actually at Dawn too, would all recognize him as Dane. Across from the table, a tall, haughty-looking high elf with golden hair kind of pulled back into a single braid wearing a red plate armor that looks like it's seen better days because the red in it is showing paint, chips in the paint, and the armor is showing some scratches and some dents, and looks like it's in quite a bit of disrepair, as if, God forbid, she's been fighting. And they seem to be conversing quietly among themselves as you arrive. Nathan and Gion, you both know, of course, this red-plated woman is none other than the captain of the Knights in Silver.
Good old Elspeth.
Elsbeth the Red. As you arrive, Elsbeth kind of looks up, sees you, Nathan, and Gion, and of course the newcomer. She goes, "When I sent you out to forage, I meant for food and supplies, not for stragglers. Who might you be?"
It seems
kind of
yeah.
aim for them to speak.
We're the people that caused that. I point up at the sky.
Dane looks at you all, and at first he doesn't recognize you. It's been quite a while. And of course, it could be also because he is missing his left eye as he's looking at you. And Beetle, right?
Yeah. Emeraldi's here. We're all here. We got separated, but he's here.
You're alive then?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Could say
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Just barely, some of us, but yeah.
He looks towards Elspeth. He goes, "They're fine. They helped King Bruinar. They're fine." Elspeth kind of arches an eyebrow, and she goes, "I'll be the judge of that, kind dwarf."
How long has this city been under siege?
This would mark the 5th week.
5 weeks.
Far too long, if you'd ask me.
How
2 weeks since we've been driven underground.
what did the college? What happened to all the teachers? For God's sake, what happened to the damn teachers?
Well, you know the saying, those who cannot do, teach. Unfortunately, it seems like that is the case.
I put my hand on Velis's arm, trying to radiate, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out. And I just interrupt her and I say, well, it's not just us. We brought, Vaerhil brought us back too. She's back too.
Ah, Vaerhil. We hadn't seen her since the night of the attack. I had worried that she was taken too.
She's had a hell of a
Almost.
time of it, but she got out just barely by the skin of her teeth, and she made it to us.
The city was combed with many groups of assassins. It seems that night before the attack officially began, they took out many of the key members of our defense, including most of the spell guard. It is amazing what groups of mage slayers can do with very little defense in place. And after all, this is a free city. We don't require papers or anything. This is a city of free trade and free economy, and well, it's surprisingly easy to slip into one such city, it appears. Unfortunately, my concerns about this defensibility of this city is all too founded. And so we're left with what we have, less than 100 spell guard, about 20 knights in silver left, and, well, whoever decides to be a part of the resistance, including what remnant there are scattered around in pockets throughout the city and city sewers of the city guard. It hasn't been pretty, but, well, I've given our enemies plenty of concern.
You can add the protectors to your numbers now. I'm sorry it took us so long to get here. We've been on a bit of a journey.
Well, I had heard you had disappeared. I had no idea where to, and I have learned not to rely on things that I cannot see. Unfortunately, that would have to include your presence. But the protectors are well known to us. And your actions in Everlund and Mithra Hall have not gone unnoticed. And you, she kind of fixes her stare at you, Velis. She goes, "You're a bard, are you not?"
Yes, indeed. I am a bard.
She almost looks resigned. She goes, "I just get rid of one and I get saddled with another, it seems. I hope you're better than the last one I had."
No, I don't think you'll be disappointed with him.
Dane was there when I did the ballot. Is Dane a dwarf, right?
Yeah, he's a dwarven cleric.
He was there. Was he there when I did the ballad of Grigori?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yep.
I kind of shrug and look at Dane and go, "Well, he knows how good I am."
He winks his empty eye socket at you.
I go, "Well, much of my power was spent helping to obtain one of those airships up there, but I do have a little bit left.
So they were successful.
To the best of my knowledge, there was only one pitiful Githyanki left on the ship that we leapt from.
Well, and Marissa.
I thought, I guess didn't see her die, did I?
No.
Nope.
None of us are dead. But
I jumped off because I was falling.
like
Not my
Emeraldi
fault.
and Banner, we're all still up there, and I think they had her on the ropes. So
Well, if your friends were successful, it would help. The rest of the Githyanki fleet has left for other places. I don't know exactly where. 20 or so airships originally arrived.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
There's a lot of them.
we knocked one out of the sky. We partially disabled one, but they got away. And I think Ross and whoever he was with, they had a ship they were on fighting too. I didn't really get a chance to stop and watch. I was kind of had my hands full. But
Yes, indeed.
Well,
how are the people here? Does anyone need any healing? I can do a little right now.
she kind of scoffs at you and looks around. Everywhere you see kind of this modicum of suffering.
Is there anyone critically injured?
Well, as to that, you would have to speak to Dane. Dane just kind of shrugs. He goes, "I just got back. I don't know." "Well, fine then. Come on, Velis." And he starts leading you off to one of the tunnels and towards another kind of offshoot, this little almost room that was originally a supply closet for parts and stuff, you would think. But inside, you actually smell it before you get there. And it's the smell of decay and blood. And he opens the door and you see just cot after cot after cot of people that have been grievously injured. So some of them dismembered, arm missing or a leg missing or what have you. And he goes, "I did the best I could, but I'm only one person. Well, do what you can. If you can get some on their feet, the dismembered ones can wait because they'll be of less use for us in the fight. Yeah, that's about it. Good luck." And he turns around and he leaves you.
Okay. I'm going to walk. I'm going to follow him. Is he heading back toward where everybody else was?
Yeah, he's heading back to the Nexus.
Okay. I kind of look at this crowd here. I go,
You will
Um,
notice, Velis, just by how brusque he was with you, this is a completely different Dane than what you first met months ago.
Right.
I mean, he's almost to the point of he doesn't give a crap, you know. You're not sure what happened, but this is a totally different person.
All right. Well, I head back to the Nexus with him and meet up with you guys and say, I think this would be a good time for us to take a rest. If we could gather as many people as we could in the in the hospital ward as well, I may be able to help everyone feel a little better.
Very well, Bard. If that is what you want, Elsbeth says. She turns around to the others and goes, well, you heard him. Gather all. And some of them just kind of look a little incredulous and like, yeah, right, you know. Others are like, what do I got to lose? And they start heading. And you want to go to where all the grievously wounded were?
Yeah.
All right. So they head over there, and as they do so, Elsbeth kind of says to you, Beetle and Dawn, there are several empty, newly vacated cots around. I'm sure that their previous owners won't mind if you use them to rest.
Don't think they have a choice.
So,
True enough, Nathan. True
as
enough.
we get people piled in there and stuff, I kind of wander around. I touch a few beds and look at some people and there you go. See, I know things look terrible now, but it will get better. There will be a reason. There will be a reason to be happy again. I promise you this, people. I promise you. The protectors have come, and we will do our best to help you in any way we can. And so, if you could, just always remember. Oh, no, not that. Stupid ads.
Does he always do this?
Kinda.
Okay, then.
And I'll play a variety of different happy tunes and do some whistling and play the sitar and do a song of rest for everybody in there. Won't do much, but it'll do some.
All right.
I'm taking a long rest.
This needs to be quite easy.
Yep. And as you do so, you see a couple of them kind of start nodding their heads or tapping their feet, and a couple of them kind of look at each other like, yeah, it'll be fine. We just got to get through this, you know. And out of the corner of your eye, you swear you actually saw Elsbeth going, just nodding her head just a little bit before she kind of shakes her head and, realizing what she does, stiffens her back and then kind of turns on her heel and walks out.
Elves.
Not much, but a little.
If we're taking the equivalent of short rest right now, I'm gonna rebuild Bert.
All right, we can take a long rest,
I'm
actually.
taking-
Oh, okay.
If they can take a short rest, I'm taking a long rest.
It's in the evening right now.
Oh wow, that's
so-
8 hours of those guys on the ship, not knowing what's happened to
Oh,
us.
man.
That's going to be fun.
Well,
They
before
probably have their own problems to deal with.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gonna have 2 ships bearing down on them
Yeah.
right at the beginning.
Ooh.
I've
Right
never
at the
punched
beginning.
my button so many times to gain back resources.
that
Yeah.
was
0 hit dice spent.
that was a heck of a fight. That's why, man.
That was nuts.
I did 7 damage that fight. I was doing a whole bunch of utility things. Didn't cast a single damaging spell.
But they were telling. Your impact was felt. Quite literally.
The fear was definitely felt.
Man, if I'd only had time just to touch Bert and burn an action, I could have gotten him back on his feet. So annoying.
Yeah, I'm sorry I fell to my death almost.
Well,
you should
clearly-
be.
Dawn is more important to Beetle than her mechanical owlbear, as much as she loves her mechanical owlbear.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find the nearest cot that doesn't currently have someone in it, even if someone else's possessions are strewn about it. I'll just shove everything off, climb in, and just trance.
You
I was gonna say
yeah,
sleep,
you
and I
do
remembered
find
I
a cot. It actually got a little bit of blood on the straw, but at this point you really don't care.
I've
You
prestidigitation it away.
Yeah.
After I finish
I turn
building
into lavender.
Bert 3.0, I curl up under Dawn's cot with Bert 3.0 and go to sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around and use up my last cure wounds on like some really hurt people, and my last cure wounds out of my cittern, and let me see what else I've got.
Yeah, I've got 3 first levels and a second level left. I'll burn cure wounds on whoever looks the worst, and I'll especially focusing on kids and teenagers.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will. I've got 1 first level, 1 second level, 1 third level spell slot, and my cittern. I'm going to use all those on curing whoever needs help. And
Okay. And speaking of kids, Nathan, you
Yeah, that's right. He's still on my shoulders.
the kid that was on your shoulders doesn't look calmer per se, but more kind of processing his surroundings at this point. You actually take him to a room where many other kids are.
I was about
Most
to ask
of
that
them
question.
are, orphaned. Some of them newly orphaned, unfortunately, and that's basically where they stay. And there's this kind of matronly, motherly, older half orc woman there. That's, oh well, bring him in. He'll be fine. Do you know his name? And of course you say no, I don't know his name. And she gets whatever information you have, which is scant at best, about the boy, and just kind of takes him in and kind of hugs on him a little bit. And she says, I know it's been difficult, son. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That kid grows up to be the next BBEG of the next campaign.
He's alive. He saw like 20-ish people die. I mean, that's the mass of what you can see these days.
Yeah. It's like 1 second they were all alive and family and friends being hauled away on chains, and in the next second they're literally paste.
Pancakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'd like to use the word slaw, for lack of better terms.
An apt description. The rest of you, after expending your healing spells and helping when and where you can, and after Beetle makes 3.0 of Bert, her little mechanical spider, you all do manage to settle in for a long rest, even though it's not particularly a restful one. You don't gain any level of exhaustion, and you do gain everything back like you usually do. It was just like one of those rests where you toss and turn a lot. Halfway through, a group of resistance fighters come in screaming for a physician, as they're dragging a couple of their own, paying no regard for those that are already sleeping, which is namely most of you.
Yeah, I trance.
And this kind of activity is sporadic throughout the night. It's almost never ceasing, as you realize on into the morning, and you guys wake up that another group has left. And another thing you notice, that in spite of what you may think of Elsbeth Red, you have never seen her sleep. She's been at that table constantly planning, constantly working. constantly sending out orders, and a couple of times having gone out herself and come back looking much more exhausted after having done so. Velis?
Right before I would have gone to sleep, I would have gone to her and said, "You're the leader of the resistance, yes?
One of them, yes.
Do you have any mages here that might be able to, well, there was a spell I heard of when I was in college. It's not one I've learned myself. Sending or something like that.
We have
We
the
may be
ability to send messages to Ross Goddard, yes.
Is there any possible way that in case they have commandeered the 2 airships up there, that we could send him a message to let the rest of the protectors know where we are, that we're okay?
Of course. She turns towards one of the black and gold uniformed spell guard. She goes, Jalric, take care of that, will you? And he nods, hand on heart, and steps off to the side to do what is necessary. You hear a mumble an incantation briefly, and then maybe 30 seconds later comes back, goes, it's done. Also, they have command of both ships. Elspeth looks, for the first time, you actually see a small, thin smile curl up the edges of her lips. She goes, excellent.
I look at her and I raise my eyebrow and I go, I never had any doubt that our friends would do it.
I prefer to wait until I have validation.
Once there's a break in the conversation, I'm going to wave Velis over to me.
Yes.
After I get up. Say, well, after how spent I was yesterday, I can't say I'm too happy to do this so soon, but after what you did for me yesterday, you deserve it. And I cast Mage Armor on him, using a second spell slot to give it on him as well as me.
All right.
Despite not wanting to be caught without resources again. But it's Velis, and he almost died for me yesterday, so...
I look at Dawn and I go, I know that I kind of lost control when you hugged me yesterday, but just so you know, it was because you did almost die. It frightened the shit out of me. And,
You hear a voice from under Dawn's recently vacated cot. Yeah, please don't do that again.
I kind of look down and jump back, going, holy shit.
You see Beetle and a little Bert face.
You're very cute, but damn it, when you sneak out from under a bed like that, it's frightening as hell. What are you doing? I mean, yes, it was quite scary.
You never expect the Beetlequisition.
Well, I didn't really know that. Scary was something that it would apply to you all. I mean, I definitely try and force that onto our enemies, but...
Yes.
Well, I know it must be a bit of a jarring transition to go from the frightening visage when I cast those kinds of spells to my devilishly attractive normal self, but...
Yes, that is true. The good news, my friends, they have able to get a message up to Ross Goddard, and it appears that through our, and I point at the 3 of us, efforts, they were able to defeat Marissa and the rest of the Githyanki on that ship and take control of it. And Ross and his crew took control of another one. I don't know exactly what's happened since last night when I got this information. It's been 8 hours. Maybe we should go and see. Let's take a poke outside and see if there's 2 or 4 ships up there.
They look over at Velis and I said, before we leave, I say, Velis, at the beginning of every morning from now on, I want you to find me so I can do that for you.
I'm gonna lean over to Nathan.
I look over at her and I go, well, there's an easy way to make sure I find you every morning.
Cast a critical eye over Velis. Brian, how attractive is Velis?
What's that?
How attractive is Velis?
I'm not going to answer that
Velis
question.
has got a 20 charisma.
He has a,
Pretty attractive on that note.
for the first time. Don really
How
got-
attractive does Dawn think Velis is? That's the question.
That's a very good question.
And it's, well, you can insight check him if you want to see if he's really serious about this or if it was just a perfect opening that he could not pass up. As far as
Don just kind of raises an eyebrow and just looks over and says, "Well, I'm not usually into humans, but," and shrugs and walks off.
You don't make this.
Gion, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, like, I just kind of lean over to Nathan and say that they are a peculiar bunch. I'm curious to see how they're how effective they are when they're all together.
What they
Oh,
can do.
I'm
Just-
curious to see that too.
Velis just looks a little stunned as Dawn walks off, not expecting her to, like, fireball him or something. When he said that, he was like, blink, 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 blink.
Blank face, just walk off,
Uh,
giving no indication of whether I'm joking or serious.
I look down at Beetle. It's,
Few sparks just shower up from behind Dawn as she pushes between two people.
Beetle pulls the blanket back down over the side of the cot and just nope. Also, shut up, Max.
Julia, you were talking about shipping all day in the Skype chat today.
I do not ship you two. I ship one couple in D&D, well, in one of my games, and it's Savvy and Keyleth.
So, as apparently this is going on,
Fight. That's all I need to care about.
Nathan, Gion, you see a couple of foragers from the eastern part of the city come in and go directly to Elsbeth. And you hear one of them say, "They're doing it again." Elsbeth looks angry. Nathan, you know that she's talking about two things. Number one, the chained individuals being brought drug to the city jail. And number two, the daily challenge. The daily challenge is what you have unfortunately come to know as a daily ritual where they bring sometimes 4, sometimes 6, sometimes more.
Depends on how productive of a week they have.
Yeah, it depends. Citizens or peasants to one of the plazas there in the market district, where they have a platform set up in a big stump there, and they pull one up to the platform and yell out for the resistance to make themselves known, or they will kill the peasant. And they repeat this until they run out of peasants for the day. And essentially this has gone on now for about a week. And in spite of everyone urging otherwise, Elsbeth has never taken the bait. At least not beyond that first night. That first night where Elsbeth sent Dane and a few others. And only Dane came back. Elsbeth, the rest of you also noticed this exchange, and the resigned expression on Nathan, in Gion's face, as the report reaches Elsbeth's ears. You see Elsbeth's hand just kind of double up into a fist, and she just kind of silently pounds the table with her fist. Then she just kind of takes a deep breath and blinks a couple of times and looks towards you all, and she says, "Are you really here to help?"
Of course. Yes.
Well, there's a few things that I could use your help in. Number one.
Spit it out, Elizabeth.
We have been trying to free Tairn Hornblade now for a week. We have just recently found out that he may be located at the city jail, which is actually a good thing. A good thing because every day chains of peasants are brought to the city jail, summarily killed and then risen as zombies. We do not know who or what force is doing this, but as you may have noticed,
Jumping forward.
much of the what was that?
I don't know.
Much of the city walls are manned by most of those that were formerly our own, the city guards and other peasants, but mostly the city guards. They're not like most zombies that you would ever know, probably. They're surprisingly fast. Perhaps it's because they're recently dead. I don't know.
Worst kind.
But there's also this other issue, and that is the daily challenge. In the plaza to the market district in the east, every day a few peasants are brought. A challenge is set out for the resistance to show themselves. Until they do, they kill peasants. And if they run out of peasants, they wait until the next day, where they grab and bring an entirely new batch of peasants. Now, the first time we tried to do something about it, it ended up being a trap. Not surprisingly so, of course. But I had to know what their intent was, and I had to know exactly how they would respond. Otherwise, how would I know how to pick apart their defense? Quite frankly, I don't have any particular group of individuals strong enough to willingly close that trap again to dismantle it from the inside, if you know what I mean. So the choice is yours. Both need done. And I can guarantee you, should you clear either of these areas, we can hold it as a landing zone for your friends on top, so that you may get back to your friends or vice versa.
Out of character, didn't I hear Vaerhil use the name Hornblade? Wasn't that one of the people that she thought could use the wards?
Yeah, he was the ruler of Silvery Moon.
Right.
We
need him. Right?
Well, considering the fact that Tairn Hornblade was the ruler of Silvery Moon, his presence would be very advantageous, yes, and the fact that he is an archmage. I believe that should one person be a deciding factor in anything, being able to throw off these oppressors, it would be him, absent Lady Illustrial. You see a small twitch, a small facial tick from Elsbeth when she says that name. Kind of like barely checked strong emotion.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure. It was definitely a facial tick.
Definitely.
So what say you?
Can we discuss it for a minute?
Oh, by all means, take two.
I kind of like jerk my head over for Velis and Dawn.
I huddle up with them.
Nathan, Gion, what are you guys doing?
I'll probably stand over them talking and see what they want to do.
Let's see. We kind of helped them get here, so
See which
I
poison
feel like
they take.
we should help them along their way to reunite with the rest of their companions.
They hover over
As
the.
I start talking to them, I kind of look up at the two newcomers, like kind of glaring for a minute and see they don't leave, and I'm like, whatever. And I just kind of lean in and I say, look, everything in me screams to go help those people, but we need this Hornblade guy.
Well,
So
I don't know. Which option lets us kill more Githyanki?
I would say the challenge would let us kill more. Well, it depends on how
Shrugs.
we're guarding Terran.
A lot.
Of course, we could provide an excellent distraction by going after the challenge while letting others go after Terran. What do you
That's
think?
not a bad idea.
Can they get him out? Do they have
Yeah, that's
enough
the question.
strong
Do they have-
fighters?
That is the
Doesn't
question.
sound like they've been too successful so far.
It's well, that's true.
I mean,
They
they're
also-
surviving, but that's different than successfully attacking.
And of course, it is just the three of us. And I kind of look at Gion and Nathan. Three.
Don't worry about that.
They
Three of
both
us.
look like
Powered
they
up.
can handle themselves.
Don't
I-
worry
I
about
mean,
that, Velis.
It is the 6 of us, I say, as I gesture to Bert, who's on my back as a backpack right now. He kind of pops his head up and looks at Velis.
A few of his eyes blink and
We're.
Trust me, I never forget Bert.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm feeling real good, and I'm ready to pound some of them into ash.
Yes.
Pound 'em.
Let us see. So I
Most
kind of
of
look
that
at you
place.
two and the Gion and Nathan, and so what happened the last time that someone tried to interrupt the challenge?
You saw Dane.
Yes, I've seen these. Were you there when during the challenge that happened, or did you just see the after effects?
If I would have gone with Dane, if any of us would have gone with Dane, we wouldn't have come back. He was the only one that came back from that encounter. That's
It
why
was
they-
horrendous.
weeks, days more or less.
Right. So I look at Don. What do you think? Do you think we would? We could definitely. I have no doubt that we can survive creating the diversion, but I don't know if we would draw enough fire so that Elspeth and Dane and whoever else could get Terran out.
I
What do you
cast
think?
a critical eye over the big group, Brian. Do I think they have the numbers and the strength to bust out that guy from a heavily guarded fortress/prison?
I have to rely a little bit on meta here, so bear with me. Given what you would say their relative levels are, in the absence of intelligence you have on the city jail itself, I could only assume no.
They're not as powerful as we are altogether.
Oh no, none of it. Well, Elsbeth,
Any force that they send out
Right.
won't be equal to
Elsbeth, Dane, Gion, Nathan, and a few others like that stand out, but most of them are like Monster Manual Knights and
Look, Velis,
you know,
Beetle,
City Guard.
I'll leave this decision up to you all because frankly I don't care very much which one we do. But if you want my opinion, if these people could have busted him out, they would have done so weeks ago.
That is true. It is
On
an
the other
excellent.
hand, I'm just happy in killing some Gith. I just want some revenge for yesterday.
Some revenge on some Gith.
I look at
Good place to be.
Episode 3, Revenge of the Gith.
I look at Nathan and I look at Gion. I go, I spent many
no.
years going to college at this Bardic college here. I've made friends and learned a lot of people and drank at a lot of the taverns. This is almost like my hometown. I desire revenge on these nasty interplanar interlopers. So, are
Well,
you
the hell
two
with you.
from here?
Yes.
Brandon, will you move your mic a bit closer? You're pretty quiet.
Sorry about that. Better.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm from a monastery inside Sylvie that has been taken.
This is my town, as it is for many of the people in this room.
So, shall we? What do you think? Let them provide the distraction. Let the others provide a distraction that they can melt away into the city at the challenge, and we retrieve Taryn.
If you want to get the rest of your group here, clear out the challenge. It's the perfect landing spot to get them down, and probably the safest. At that point, while your whole forces are here, that should be enough mixed with what we have left anyway. Take the jail.
And you would all recall that Elsbeth said you could clear out one or the other, and both could be used as a landing spot.
Both would work.
It seems like the jail might be more secure for a landing spot, be given walls and everything else. But of course,
Possibly the assistance of a powerful wizard that we just freed.
yes, that too. So
shrugs, unconcerned about the whole debate.
I look at Beetle, Taryn, or Innocence.
From the city, you're gonna want.
What a choice!
Julia, you're muted.
You're muted.
No.
Welcome back.
Beetle says, "My heart says the challenge. My head says the jail."
I understand. When they do this challenge, do they parade the peasants? The entire group of peasants are going to kill all at once, or do they?
It's one by one. They bring the first one up. They ask for the resistance a few times, and if no one comes forward, off with it.
Children?
Really, anyone they can get their hand on. 4 or 5, maybe 6 a day.
I couldn't abide allowing a child to die. I have to see. Here's what I would say, Beetle. We would go to the challenge. If there are any children in the lineup, then we cannot let the children die.
If we go to the challenge, we're taking the people down at the challenge. You think we're gonna walk away from seeing anybody up there and not be able to do something about it? If we're standing there looking at it, I'm not walking away from that. We gotta make that decision now.
Oy. Well,
I think freeing the wizard is of most import to the overall safety of the city.
It hurts. It pains me to say it, and it galls.
what time does the challenge start? They start at first thing in the morning, noon, 1 o'clock.
It's going on now.
Yeah. So if you want to do the challenge, best get a move on.
Or roughly
Started.
now.
Yeah.
It's already started.
Whatever your decision, we will follow you.
I look at Beetle. I cannot fault Don's logic about freeing the wizard.
Vaerhil said that he might be our only chance to regain control of the wards protecting the city.
Yeah, and if we attack the challenge, what's going to say they don't just immediately slaughter the innocents as we attack?
And we're walking into a trap.
Yes. Much as I hate to do it, I think it's Taryn.
It would be a great assistance to us all.
So we've made our decision.
Seems
Would you
so.
like to join us? Nathan? Joan?
I will follow.
And I will follow wherever you go.
So, Beetle, Dawn, we had 8 hours of rest, so Gosh, it seems like it's been entirely too long since we've been in a fight.
Oh, I agree. I just let a little fire go with my hand and clench my fist through the flames.
I proceed to roast my turkey leg over said fire.
The Dawn is an
Nice.
excellent cook.
Well,
Solid.
you could say that. I wave my hand, prestidigitation turkey leg to make it taste even better than it normally does.
Beautiful.
It's the most delicious turkey leg you've ever eaten.
From what's
There's
been the
something
usual
about-
around here, you're right. Let's get a move on then. Or do we wait to plan a more sufficient attack?
Enough
we
with the
have any-
planning.
Do we have any?
All the plans we came up with yesterday didn't amount to anything.
Question: has Beetle ever spent time, for no particular important reason, in the Silvery Moon jail?
This is a good question.
That
Or
is a
Velis,
good
he could have been
question.
drunk.
Should we roll percentile or something?
Roll a carousing check.
Yeah, let's say you have a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
What the lower 50 is
Is
yes,
I have
You
yes
could just
you
roll
have.
a d2.
50's more fun. Nope. Of
Nope. You have managed to evade the grasp of the law.
course I have.
You're just that good.
Like that's my
Yeah,
father then. Well
good.
done.
That describes us.
Well,
We
can we
can
talk
try.
Are there people here who know the jail well who can give us a layout?
You
I would
just
assume we could
interrogate
find a
the first
few.
guard we find.
There is that as well.
Elspeth, are you asking Elspeth that?
Yeah.
Elspeth kind of smirks and lifts up the corner of the map of Silvery Moon and pulls out another map. It's a blueprint of the city jail.
Now we're talking.
That's what
Um,
we needed.
I scanned the blueprint for secret passages into the jail.
There are no secret passages. It's a very secure, very well
Actually,
One way
built.
in, one way out.
It does seem a bad idea to have secret passages in and out of a jail, now that I think about it.
I like the way you're thinking, though.
But what you see is like this horseshoe-shaped structure, and it's roughly, not roughly, it's 2 stories. The first story being basically offices and kind of administrative, and the second story being very solid-looking, very well-built cells. There's in the horseshoe structure in the middle there's this courtyard area. That is off to one side looks like there was at one point a guard, not a shack, but a guard building.
A guard post.
But it's kind of marked off as if it's been removed or renovated. You're not sure which. Elsbeth clears it up and says, "That has been removed as of 5 years ago. Pay no attention to that."
Do you have any recent recon on their positions, if they're encamped there?
Well, that's where it gets a little more difficult. All we know is there are a lot of Githyanki there. A lot of zombies always tends to come from there as well. We don't know what is causing it or whom is doing it. We can say that at any one point in time, there's at least a force of 7 to 10 Githyanki with their commanding officer.
Okay.
That's, I think, a conservative estimate.
If we've got undead there, I don't suppose there's any chance we could borrow Dane.
Well, as to that, she looks at Dane as the DM looks frantically for his character sheet. Dane kind of shrugs and he goes, "Well, honestly, I haven't learned too much since you guys last saw me, but I can still sling a spell or two, as long as it's on my right side and not my left."
I'll be on your left.
"Just don't get me killed." Matter of fact, it might even be better. That way I wouldn't have to listen to Darren yammer on anymore. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Good man.
Just don't lose your right eye now.
Wouldn't that be my luck?
Does he look like someone who can move quietly?
Dane, no.
No.
He's in full plate.
I raise a skeptical eyebrow at Beetle about our upcoming infiltration mission.
Beetle has
This may
second
not
thoughts.
be the best idea.
I use message to Don. What do you think? Worth it to have a cleric for healing and crowd control if there are undead? They said hordes of undead.
Well, our strength in this endeavor is going to rely on our ability to get in unseen, and not in our ability. We're not going. If we end up fighting the entire garrison, having him there or not isn't going to make a big difference.
Fine.
Well,
Garrison.
We did such a good job not making any noise when we made our way here, the five of us.
Yeah, well, this will turn that into a certainty.
That's true.
This is your city. It's up to you.
Well,
I'm just along for the ride.
besides the hordes of undead, what are the? Do we know how large a garrison of Gith there are there?
No. Sorry. No, as best as we can tell, about 7 to 10 at any given time, plus their commanding officer.
That's the worst that we've had on this ship.
You both, all of you would realize or remember, those commanding officers were the Gith Knights, and they were no slouches. Well, what are we doing?
I would like to have the cleric with us. I would like to have Dane with us, but
I'll tell you what. Beetle takes off her boots. She says, Dane, why don't you wear these? I'll put on my usual ones.
He kind of looks skeptically at the elven boots that you're trying to give to a dwarf.
Just trust me on this, just for this mission, and then you never have to look at them again.
If I have to look at him after this mission, I'll just slit my own throat, he says. And he puts them on begrudgingly. Does he have to attune to them? He has to attune to
Yep.
them, right?
That'll be another hour.
And then I put my greasers back on.
Okay.
ooh,
Which you never used, by the way.
I know. I was thinking this mission might be the time to use them. So
As we wait
quiet.
an hour for people to attune, Dawn is going to pace impatiently for the entire time.
And I'm gonna use a first level spell slot to summon Cog away from the party and back to me.
Okay. Without further ado, you guys head off towards the east. The southeast, through the sewers. You manage to only get so far until the sewers open up to the river, where you see a bunch of barges strapped together, that to make kind of this makeshift floating bridge. As you're making your way across, Velis, you notice with almost a jarring shock that the arcane bridge so unique to Silvery Moon is gone. You suspect it may have died with its creator. As you continue across, perhaps a little more saddened than you were moments ago, you enter into the heart of the more strongly controlled part of Silvery Moon by the Yankee. Everyone make a stealth check as you are now above ground.
Beetle, if you roll a natural 1, I am never going to let you live this down.
It's this. We're in Stone Streets, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
I don't know about
I
that.
think work stone is different than a
It's
stone.
rubble. The city's in ruins.
Oof.
I give her the applause for the
Undeniable.
thought.
No, you know what? I can't do it. I
I
can't
become
not do
invisible
it.
at this point.
Thank goodness
It's
he
like,
has
wait a second, I've
advantage.
recognized that token.
Yeah. All right.
At least I ain't got a 13.
So,
Is that as stealthy as Jardier is?
Gerg.
you manage to swiftly and who am I missing? Nope, I got everybody. Okay.
I wince every time.
Ooh,
plate jingles.
He
Velis
doesn't. He
with
moves
his
silently.
11. With his 11. With his
Yes.
11. Oh man, you ruined it. No, just kidding.
I'd use Ben Luck if I thought I could get you up
Um,
to a decent amount with it, but that's a little too low even for that.
Yeah, see with a +4, I've got a pretty decent stealth roll. It was just a horrible roll.
It happens.
As you kind of glide from alley to alley, street to street, ever eastward now towards where Velis, you are actually, even though you hadn't told anybody, more than acquainted with the Silvery Moon City Jail due to perhaps a little bit too much partying and a few nights in the drunk tank after graduation. If you don't mind me taking a little liberty.
Mind a bit.
You get closer to the city jail, and what's the order of marching at this point?
Beetle's
I
probably
want to
up
be
first.
first.
All right. Well, I'm right behind Dawn then.
All right.
Third.
Third.
Dane should be somewhere in the middle, not in the back.
Yeah, Dane is happily in the middle.
Me and Dane will be in the middle.
I'll bring up the rear.
All right.
Is the kid still with? No.
Dawn, make a
It's my
perception
bag
check.
of
Make a
holding.
perception saving throw.
Oh, I've got Cog doing
be
recon
scouting
for us
around
ahead
too.
too, scouting ahead.
Oh, are you looking through Cog's eyes?
No, but I have a telepathic link with him within 100 feet, so I just have him
Oh yeah, net
a little
20.
bit forward, just to having him let me know if he sees anything.
You know, victory dance.
Okay, so I mean,
Flailing
Dawn
arms.
pretty much has it covered, but out of curiosity, I want Cog to do a perception check as well. Just out of curiosity.
Nat 1 runs into a light post and poofs.
That'd be hilarious.
All right, Cog has hearing and sight advantage.
All right, that's decent.
I have the dice gods on my side.
Um, At the same time, Dawn, you start hearing this kind of hoarse breathing, and you see
Oh, I thought he meant like a literal horse, like the
Yeah.
animal.
you hear this hoarse
Took me a
breathing,
moment.
and you see you hear like the clink of chains up ahead, shadows on the wall that kind of depict a bunch of individuals being pulled along the now familiar chain of manacles.
I hold up my hand and say, "Wait, there's a patrol," and make everyone stop.
Beetle, at the same time, your owl Cog sees this, sees a group of individuals being pulled along. Some of them are actively trying to pull away, but are instead being drug along.
Okay, but as soon as we stop, I switch to his vision.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah,
I
okay.
pull Beetle back into a corner.
It's being
Carry her.
pulled along by this huge, hunched over creature, individual, you're not sure which, swathed in these black, tattered robes. A few Githyanki are to the left and right of the chain of manacles, being pulled directly towards the city jail. As a matter of fact, you see the city jail. It's not far off at all. It's maybe 20 feet, 30 feet ahead. And they're going at a pretty good pace. As you're watching, they make it to the courtyard. Dawn, you hear the sound recede as they get further away from you.
How many prisoners did I see chained up?
That is a good question.
And how many Gith?
500.
Or just that big creature?
No, there was
Like
there
10.
was like 4 Gith.
Okay. And I can't see the creature. 'cause it's all
There's
covered up.
there's 11 individuals being let off,
Okay. And 4
and
Gith and the big creature.
and 1 horse being also pulled along.
They're imprisoning the horse.
One of the individuals looked to be a former member of the city guard. The horse presumably belonged to him.
Is also a member. Of the
They
city.
are in the courtyard now. In the courtyard, there's this like stone dais there, a couple of steps and a platform. The creature hooks the chain off onto this platform, this wood beam coming out of this wood platform, and he goes over and just stands on this dais. The other Githyanki all pull their swords, and then, without preamble, just start cutting them down. Just killing them all. What do
This
you
is a
do?
Trap. But
That's usual protocol.
I turn and I look at Beetle and Velis and I just shake my head and I'm like, I know this is a trap, but we can't.
Do we even see what's going on, or is she just saying this to us out of context?
They're killing them. We gotta move now if we're gonna save any of them.
If we go in, we might be throwing away our chances of getting him out. If we attack the front gate, they're going to reinforce. They're never going to let anyone get this close again.
God damn.
Because if we start
How many
attacking
people-
outside that front, if we start attacking outside that front gate, they're just going to close us off.
Are you still looking through Cog's eyes?
I blink again and look through his eyes again. Are there any left?
All of them are dead.
Okay.
They're now undoing the manacles and taking away the chains, and the Githyanki look to be getting ready to go inside. The creature, though, is standing there in the middle of all these dead corpses and just kind of looking around.
I whisper to them, it's gonna raise them as undead.
What
Whatever
is
it
You know, I look at her. I go, "Well, I can toss a fog cloud in there, and we can rush in there under the cover of the fog."
They're already dead. There's no point.
I don't think that going in the front entrance is going to do us any good, for the same reason that trying to save those people wouldn't do us any good. If
Okay.
they know we're here before we even get inside, this whole thing is pointless.
What
Yeah.
other
Get as
entrance
far
is
as
there?
possible without being noticed.
All right, well, let's find another way in then quickly.
Do you agree that we should find a path
Out
of
of
less resistance?
Which entrance were we going for originally? There's 2, right?
I thought there was only one.
I can get myself and one other person in easily. I can teleport in, but I don't know about the rest of you all.
Based on, let me look at something real quick before I answer that question.
We could always make a new entrance.
Based on what you guys saw of the blueprint, there is a back entrance and there's a front entrance. The front entrance is actually 2 entrances that are both stairways, and they go in the same foyer type area.
The back entrance smaller and not as official.
More like you would get the feeling like employees
Like a back
entrance
door.
type deal.
Yeah. That would
It
be
still ultimately enters into the same foyer, but it's just the back door. It's not necessarily a hidden entrance or anything like
We
that.
could just go around the side and try and bust our way through a wall quietly or something.
Quietly.
I don't know. What do you
Trust
all
us,
do?
that's not a good idea.
I have the ability to
Quiet.
look at the other side of the wall and make sure that no one's in there when we do that. My ring, clairvoyance. I wiggle it in front of Beetle's face.
And how do you expect to get in quietly?
I
We
don't
can
know.
teleport in.
I can just do it if I think hard enough about it.
Okay.
I think we have a better chance at the back door than out here, with whatever that thing is.
If we start now, a tunnel could probably get us in by sometime next week.
There is always, we've already been here for like weeks on end now. Might as well wait another one.
Yeah, we can't rule that out quite yet.
Patience is key here.
Has Beetle seen any Githyanki that are her size or remotely her size?
No.
No.
Dwarf Githyanki.
Has she seen
No,
any,
get Yankee. There's a
any
difference.
creatures working for the Githyanki that are roughly her size?
Any creatures working for the Githyanki?
Humanoids. Like, do they have goblins or like anything that's her size?
No, simply because you guys haven't had that much exposure
That's
to
true.
the Githyanki.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could try to create a distraction so you guys could get in, and maybe Dawn could be
It
with
also
me, and then
means there's less
we could
motion.
cause a distraction,
of
and we
these
could
things that
teleport
come-
in.
I could cause a distraction fairly well with various illusion spells of mine, but I think anything too overt would be detrimental to our efforts.
That's true.
I agree.
We don't want to raise the alarm.
You also
Even
don't want to
if
waste all
the
your
alarm
spells.
is falsely raised for a fake threat. We're still here.
The actual threat.
Well, let's go take a look at the. Let's do some recon. Let's go take a look at the back
Maybe
entrance.
if we like sneak up and like throw a rock and they all turn one way and we like quietly sneak.
We Scooby Doo it.
Like,
Okay.
like Scooby Doo it. with everybody
Yeah, we
going
Scooby Doo it, my
down.
man.
Alright, so you're gonna try and circle around and check the back entrance?
Yeah, let's do it.
Am I
As we
gonna
go,
have
let's
Todd
the
go ahead of
problem
us?
with trying to impersonate one of them is that none of us speak the language.
All of you or a few of you?
I'm going.
I send Cog first.
I'll check.
Okay.
I ran into that problem when I was on that other airship yesterday. By the way, that's where I disappeared to.
Oh, the one
Anyway,
right
they don't
before it
speak.
crashed.
They don't speak anything that we do. Well, at least those didn't. They don't seem very smart.
Alright, as you send Cog around, you do notice the back door is set into the wall. There's a couple of Githyanki guards. Seems to be trolling the grounds between the outer wall and the structure itself. Along with one of the large blue lizards that you've seen a few Githyanki ride as mounts. You would know from your early experience that they have a particularly keen sense of smell.
Okay. I am gonna do a thing. I got this.
I just have an insane idea, but I'm not going to do it because it would be so dumb.
I
Have a
charge.
crazy plan.
Oh wait, no, because he can only operate within 60 feet of me. Damn it.
Do you guys think I could slip a filter of love to one of them? Their vision?
Depends on how seductive you do it.
Drink me.
Yeah,
this point,
this
it's worth a
episode
shot.
of Protector is brought to you by Filter of Love.
Do you hear me?
Only have 2 quick orders of Please Love Me Now.
Alright, what are you gonna do?
Are they patrolling in such a way that I think we can get to the door before, like, we can time it?
It's possible, but your timing and I mean, it would have to be dead on perfect.
Is there how many guards are watching this back door?
There's at least 2 Gith that actually Cog needs to make another perception check before I answer that question.
21.
There's at least 2 Gith and one of those large creatures. Cog sees signs that there may be the presence of at least 2 more.
And that's at the back entrance?
Yeah.
Brian, I would like to scout around just a little bit to see if I can find any sort of place where there's like any damage to the structure, like a broken down wall or a window where the bars are missing, or like somewhere we could slip in through a different part, like a structural weakness or somewhere where the integrity has been compromised.
Okay. Yeah, make a perception check as you're kind of gliding through the outskirts there.
Yeah, I'll skirt around, keeping my hood up, stealthy. Glad those aren't reversed.
You don't see any overt signs of structural failure. You do notice that, again, this being a horseshoe, this building being a horseshoe shape, at the top of each wing on the second floor is a balcony.
I message Beetle from a little ways away. There's a balcony up there. If we could somehow get up there without being seen, well, it'd be better than going in the front door. Alternatively, I could cause some sort of big distraction and just lead them around in a big chase while you all run in.
I would rather not split us any more than we're already split. So let's see. Let's try the first plan first. I'm going to send Cog to sneak over there and look and see if there's anything that I could attach my grappling bolt to so we could climb up.
Will you let me know about this?
Yeah.
I look at you and I kind of tap the top of my cittern and I go, I could levitate someone up there. I couldn't hear you.
I whisper, can you do it very quietly?
I say we send Dane in right through the front and just start hacking them down.
I look at Gion and Nathan. Which one looks strong?
Of the two, Nathan definitely looks the more burly of the two.
I go, well, I can levitate somebody up to that balcony. Would either of you be a strapping young man that might be able to lift some of us up to the balcony after we get you up there?
Won't we be pretty easily seen if someone's just hauling people up to the balcony? It's in the air.
I was about to suggest the same thing.
Well, there is that.
I think this is going to require a distraction.
But a distraction not big enough for them to raise the alarm.
Right.
But a distraction big enough for them all to divert their attention for several long moments.
I might have something.
Do you have a magic bean you can plant?
No. Those are terrible. I've heard terrible stories about things that happen to people when they plant magic beans. But I do have birds.
Giants.
And I can cast spells through him now. So I could plant him just the right distance away from me to make those guards think they're chasing something down like the back street or whatever, kind of away from us. Give us just enough time to maybe do this.
I was also going to suggest if there was any way we could possibly make their mounts go berserk. Do you have any types, any abilities or things or sense that might make the mounts go wild?
As you guys are discussing this, you begin hearing a kind of this horrendous, kind of half screeching, half chanting sound coming from the courtyard.
Oh.
Okay,
Do I
continue.
think that there's a chance that any of these Githyanki speak common? As opposed to the ones on the ship? Do they look smarter or more refined? Or they've been interacting with like the prisoners, so surely some of them know how to communicate with them. Did I see any of them communicate with those prisoners that went by earlier?
No, they didn't say a word.
think it's more just yelling and pulling between the two parties.
Yeah, but suggestion only works if they can hear me. I could like mind trick our way in, but
Do you tell me that you're trying to think of something like that?
you don't need to see our identification. Yeah, we're talking about this. We're brainstorming here. Go for it, Jay. You got something?
Dangerous place to do such, I'll tell you that.
Oh, interesting. It's not even a concentration spell. I kind of look at you and I go, well, I do have a spell that might be just what you're looking for. I've got this spell that allows you to understand any language that's spoken, and any language you speak, anyone that understands a language, regardless of what it is, would understand what you're saying.
Now we're getting somewhere. I crack my knuckles.
It lasts for about an hour.
That's more than enough.
So I touch you and cast tongues.
Nice.
How does it
And
feel?
it's not even
when
concentration.
So
Huh.
now we just need to find a way to get one of them away from the rest. Because
I
if
test to see if first spell works by saying something really foul and undercommon.
I look shocked at Beetle.
It works?
It must not. You wouldn't say something like that. Are you sure you did it right, Velis? Does it need to be recalibrated or something?
I have no idea what she just said, so I can't tell you whether or not it was correct or not.
All right, then. Do
What did
I
she
gain the
say?
ability to speak other languages, or do I just understand and people understand me?
Anything you speak, they will just
Okay.
understand. It's
Okay.
not necessarily...
But now we need to get one of them separated from the rest of them, because if I walk up and influence one of their minds and the other one see him start acting strange, that's going to raise some eyebrows. So if we get some form of diversion, this could supplement that. Or
I might have a
pretty
thing.
alone get the Yankee wandering around far away from all the other
How
ones.
far is that other patrol away from us? And is there like what's the layout of where they are compared to where we are?
Well, as far as I understand it, you two have split off from the main group. Cog was patrolling in the back. Dawn was...
No, I came back.
So
I
you're...
had to, so he could cast the spell on me. I had to come back.
So you're in... Yeah, okay, you're right. You're with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
So everyone's at the same... So basically you're at the front of the compound. Or towards the front of the compound.
Oh.
Where you're literally kind of like looking down the road, and the road terminates into this courtyard.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I want to do for distraction. You tell me if I can do it. So
No,
Bert
no,
Reynolds
just kidding.
can only operate within 60 feet of me, and then if I go any further than that, then he stops moving. He turns into a dud.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to charge him with minor illusion and have him create scent trails to confuse the shit out of their monsters to lead them away.
Can't do smell.
Okay, then I can charge him with one silent illusion. But he can't keep casting it. He can't spam it like he can spam minor illusion.
Oh, what would you use the silent image for?
He would use it to create a scent trail.
The silent image can't do scent either.
Oh,
It's
with
just-
prestidigitation. Oh,
You have to use prestidigitation.
But he has to be within 10 feet.
Right. You can make
like-
little minor sensory things.
Yeah, I could. Well, I can charge with minor illusion and make it look like someone's, or like make it sound like someone's running away. It's not going to last for very long, but it'll distract him from.
It would
for a
last
moment.
longer if you did it with silent image.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I could use major image to just make someone running away, and it would sound like it.
Yeah.
It's
But-
true as well.
Then you have to. Don't you have to kind of like keep focusing
Yeah,
on
I
doing
would
that?
focus on that, and that doesn't seem. Maybe how many people are currently guarding the courtyard? I just looked down the road stealthily.
Make him another perception check.
It's full of zombies now.
It's like 40 of them.
I think the back door is our best bet.
All of
Actually-
the
I have an idea.
you
I just
you
had an
notice that this creature is still standing in the middle of this courtyard on this small dais, and his robe is actually kind of fallen back a little as very large, fleshy, taloned hands are lifted up, and his slack, long mouth is now open wide. The hood fallen back, revealing a very long, conical, sloped head and black, beady eyes. And you see the dead bodies in the courtyard slowly twitching.
All right.
One
screw
of
that.
them
I have a
sits
better
up.
idea, Beetle. I think this could actually work. I am going to need. Well, Velis, you already cast that spell on me. That's good because I'm going to need it. I'm going to need Cog.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport up to the second floor. You're going to send Cog with me, so he can scout ahead and make sure I don't run into a squadron of Gith. And when he finds a lone Gith, I wave my hand in a vaguely magical gesture, him, and tell him to, because it's urgent, run down to the guard at the back door and tell them that Marissa has summoned them to an urgent meeting in some conference room or back meeting room, and that they all need to go right away. And even if they only go for just a few minutes, that could be enough time for you all to slip in and meet up with me.
That's good, but how are you going to communicate with Cog?
He can just like flap his wings or something at me if he sees someone. I don't know. We can come up with a system. He only
Cog?
needs to say flap once if there's a large group of people, and flap twice if there's 1 or 0.
Why don't we go with beak clacking? Cog, you good with this? 1 for yes, 2 for no.
He kind of ruffles his feather and kind of gives you this long-suffering mental sigh. Do I have to?
We're going to give you so much yummy fish when we're done with this.
That's what you said last time.
And last time, I got you yummy fish.
They were sardines.
We'll get you some nice smoked trout this time. I bet there's ton and maybe there might even be salmon up in the rivers here this time of year. It's cold.
There's a lot of salmon here.
His feathers look a little less ruffled.
He's a good boy. All right. So yeah. 1 beat clack is either yes or it's safe. 2 is no and oh crap. Got it?
All right. Make 1. There's only 1 of them because that's what I'm looking for as well. So either 0 or 1.
Okay.
2 is more than 1.
Cog looks confused now.
Clack
That's-
once if there's 1 person or 0 persons.
I
Anything
messaged
else?
you. His intelligence is not very good.
All right. Well, tell him if he sees 1 person to clack once. If he sees more than 1 person. And if he doesn't do anything, then I'll know it's safe.
Okay. Clack your beak the number of people you see.
17 clacks later.
All right. I'm going. I bamf up to the balcony.
Oh god.
Wow. Okay, that quick. We're all right. We're doing this.
Yes,
I'm going to slowly low
A
crossbow.
wild magic surge happens. Oh shit! You guys aren't even in position yet. You need to get to the back door fast.
Yeah, I start
Yeah. Make your roll to see if you
It
have.
did. It
Okay.
did. It's my newest spell, so I had to roll twice too.
just in case. Can I still see Dawn?
I'm
No,
down
she's
on
she's
the
up.
balcony. I'm hiding.
She's up on the balcony. All right. So you teleport up to this balcony, and the first thing you notice is that it's actually a fairly well-built balcony. It's stone. It's got it's a colonnaded balcony. There's a single door on leading to the inside. It's currently closed.
Okay, the door to the inside of the balcony is currently closed.
Yeah, to the inside to the building.
Okay, I'm going to concentrate really hard and cast clairvoyance directly on the other side of the door for sight with my ring.
All right.
I feel like that's the safest option.
Sight or sound?
Sight first.
Okay.
I want to see what's directly on the other side of this door.
On the other side of this door, you see
I'm just burning.
what looks to be an office. Sitting behind the desk is what looks to be an officer, a Githyanki officer, and he's poring over reports.
Okay.
He's got his long sword kind of leaning up against the desk right next to him.
Okay. I don't see anyone else in the room. The door's closed in there. There's just him.
Nope. And the door leading to the office is also closed. He's there by himself.
Okay. So, what Dawn says, or no, she doesn't say anything. She's outside the balcony. I reach up and I very slightly turn the handle of the door. Does it open? Or does it turn? Is it locked?
You turn the handle, and at first you think, "Oh, yes, it's not locked," and then it goes, it's
Okay.
locked.
So in that case, before I do anything else, first, I'm going to spend 7 sorcery points to create another 4th level spell slot. I'm
Okay.
then going to get rid of a 2nd level spell slot to add some more sorcery points.
Okay.
That being done, I am going to polymorph myself into an ant and crawl under the door crack.
Okay. And you do so. You are now an ant. Dead end. 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 Sorry.
All right.
1/8 of a hit point.
Yeah.
I'm going to crawl to the other side of the desk from this officer.
Okay.
I'm going to turn back into Dawn and a poof, and as I do, I'm going. He's so surprised, just like what the fuck is happening?
His head snaps up, and you see his eyes opening, and what do you do? Or his mouth opening,
I
and what do you
cast
do?
suggestion, and I say, "Quickly drink this; it tastes very good." And I hand the filter of love.
This is awesome.
All right, wisdom saving throw. What's your
Whenever he rolls, I'm using Ben Luck to lower it by 1d4. 4 -4 to whatever he rolls, and I have a DC of I believe 15. Let me double check. Yeah, 15.
D4? Why didn't that work? I clicked it.
Opposite of a wild magic surge. A super surge.
And what's your DC again?
Oh, I rolled a d4. It's 15, so -4 to whatever you rolled.
Oh, you got lucky then. Yeah, he failed. he failed it barely by 1. He failed
Because
it.
of my -4?
Yes.
Oh, I love wild mages.
Ooh, baby.
He stops. His mouth is open. He goes, "Dum," and he just upends it. His features are fairly alien, so it's hard to tell. But as far as his amorous feelings towards you, but he does immediately grab his sword, and at first you're thinking, "Uh-oh, this didn't work," and then he goes down on one knee.
Oh god, I didn't think it would work. Okay, well, this got me the most bang for my buck. Instead of just telling him to do one thing, I should be able to tell him to do a couple of things now. So, thank you for meeting me here so quickly. I'm glad that I got to find you so quickly. Marissa sent me to give you a few new orders.
He responds, but actually, can you understand his response?
I have tongues cast on me.
Yep.
So it goes both ways. Okay.
Yeah.
He goes, "It is my honor, my lady. How may I serve you?"
Well, first, I must know where the prisoner is. Marissa wants to move him.
"We have many prisoners, lady. How?"
What was the guy's name again?
Hornblade.
Thornblade?
Tien
Hornblade.
Hornblade.
Warnblade?
Horn.
Hornblade. Hornblade, the mage.
Ah, the Archmage Kerr that you have tried to... yes. He is here, along with all the other prisoners. He is being well cared for, as Marissa had commanded.
All right. Excellent. Excellent job. In that case, Brian, I have a rules question for you.
Huh?
If I cast Major Image on myself, can I make it look like I'm a Get the Yankee? It's a 3rd level soul, so it's way higher level than Disguise Self, and it can move with me in the way I want it to.
Technically, the way the spell reads, I kind of see it as possible simply because it's like it's not on you, it's like a projection of you, so it's like a holographic image that's slightly out from you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's slightly larger than you in every facet, but it can move with you.
Okay. I have a decision to make. As I consider this really quickly, yeah, honestly, I think this is safest. I say, excellent. Ooh, I don't know if I turn into a Get the Yankee in front of him, I don't know how he's going to respond to that. I'm not going to do that then. If I'd come in here like that, I would have, but I'm not going to do that. I say, excellent.
Are you messaging that? Are you like?
No, I can't. You're too far away for me to do that.
Damn it.
At this point, I just have to hope you're at the door, and I'm just going to tell him, or at least you'll be there before he gets there, hopefully. And I just say, please describe exactly where the prisoner is to me. I'm going to go down and inspect your defenses rather shortly.
Of course, my lady. Just outside my door. It will be around the corner in the first door on the right, the first cell on the right.
Oh, that close. How many guards are there? Surely you must have many guarding such a terrible mage such as he.
No need, not with our arcane defenses, but we do have more than adequate. We have seven guards on the premises, 2 patrolling, at least several guard drakes nearby. They're quicker than all of us, so they can get here very quickly.
Excellent.
Not to mention all of the undead zombies that are always coming in every day about this time.
I saw those. Most marvelous. Indeed. You mentioned arcane defenses. Exactly what kind of arcane defenses have you erected?
The kind of arcane defenses that only a child of Orcus can devise. It nullifies all spells within the cell.
Is it a glyph-based or a rune that projects this barrier so that he can't obscure it in some way?
I'm sorry, lady. I don't know the answer to your question.
Okay, you weren't involved in the placement of this. So there are no guards in the cell then?
In the cell itself,
not in
no.
the cell, but outside of the cell.
Well, there are several guards in the cell block. At least 4 that I know of.
But right out in this hallway?
There's always at least 2 patrolling guards.
Excellent. Excellent defenses. In that case, now I must ask you to go and gather the guards at the rear door and the patrolling guards on this floor in the main courtyard. I have a speech that I would like to give to all of you about Marissa's gratitude towards your hard work here. And a new change in plans for our assault on this city. Unfortunately, she thinks crushing the resistance has taken a little too long, so we're going to take more of an offensive approach to it.
He looks thoughtful for a moment as if unsure, but then as you say that last part, he goes, "Aye, milady, it has been taking me far too long, and we ache to be back home. Very well, I'm sure that they could use some encouragement at this point. After all, we were promised the city. Very well, we will be in the courtyard, let's say 5 minutes hence."
I will meet you there. I incline my head.
And with that, he goes to the door, opens the door, and storms out, yelling,
I close the door behind him so no one else sees me.
all right. I can't believe this. You broke it! You
That
broke
worked.
it!
That
No,
worked.
not really.
I don't know how I'm going to tell you guys that the door guards aren't there, but I guess you'll see them leave. So you'll assume that it worked.
Anymore.
About 5 minutes,
I'm actually
5
going
to
to.
7 minutes after dawn disappears, you all see a group of Githyanki.
I'm actually going to do something 4 minutes after that. So right before they would see that.
Okay.
I'm going to step out. I'm going to peek out in the hallway. No
Okay.
one's there? Yeah, they've all left, right?
Yep, they're gone.
All right, I'm going to turn to the right, just as he said, and walk down to the cell. Where he said it was.
Yeah, you actually pass one cell, you turn the corner as instructed, and then turn to the right, and you do see another cell door there.
Okay. Do I see a source of this anti-magic thing? That's is it like a rune or a crystal or a glyph or some sort of sigil?
Make an Arcana check. As you're looking at this door, it's pretty easy to see that this door is covered in runes, as are the bars that are across the window in the cell door.
All right, I'm going to use Tides of Chaos on this check to give myself an advantage on the Arcana check.
Okay.
Come on, big rolls. -1.
As you're staring at it, you realize that you had forgotten two things. You had forgotten to ask him how or even if this arcane defenses was powered by external force, and you had forgotten to ask him for a key to the cell.
Damn it! I did forget that. I cursed my own haste in telling him to leave very quickly, and then just say fuck it, and I just cast Dispel Magic on the door and just hope it works.
All right.
I just try and brute force my way into the...
Make a check with just a general charisma check for your spellcasting
All right.
ability.
Also roll a d20.
Yeah, that too.
I did
Twice.
do that too. 19, which would dispel up to a 9th level spell. 15, so no wild magic surge. It works the same way as counterspell does.
As you release your dispel magic, you about the same time you hear someone shuffling around on the inside, and you see this white, shaggy, bearded, older gentleman kind of peer out and saying, "What are you doing, girl?"
I'm Luke Skywalker, and I'm here to rescue. No.
And that's when your dispel magic goes off, and he just kind of jumps back and goes, "Do you have to do that so close to my face?"
Sorry, the door should be open now. I tried the door. It's still locked.
It's still locked. And as you say that, and then you'll chink, 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 and he hears you cuss from the other side of the door, and he goes,
God damn it.
Is the amateurs, and he just kind of taps once on the door, and he goes, right
Oh.
then.
That was convenient.
Not really the rescue party I was expecting,
Well,
but you'll do.
we should probably leave. The guards will be back any moment wondering where I am. Please, take my hand.
Just what it
I grab him in Dimension Door,
Hey, wait.
500 feet outside.
and he
Into the city.
he reappears next to all of y'all, and
Yeah, by the back door.
he's stepping out. Oh, by the back door.
Well, that's where they would be because
Yeah, he totally.
Uh,
sees
Right,
that.
right. he steps out from the dimension door and he's like brushing off some imaginary dust. He goes, "Well, do you have to be so abrupt? There's a style to this, you know."
As I appear unexpectedly in front of them.
And
Post it!
I got my lower back.
he, about that time, as he's making all this noise, and you're like, shh, shh, you look up and you see one guard drake just bounding towards you. And he goes, "I don't think so." And he kind of flips his hand negligently towards it. And the thing just stops dead cold and looks confusedly around as the mind blank spell takes hold.
Oh my god. 8th level spell.
And he goes, "Come here." And the mount just kind of goes up and he gets on. He goes, "Right, I'm ready. Let's go." And he nudges the mount off.
Instead mind blank.
It was what he had to mind. He leads.
Animal handling.
Yeah, he heads off almost without a backward glance.
I just kind of stand there looking like.
I guess we should follow him.
Wait, aren't we supposed to take this place so that we can land the ship here?
Oh shit, that's right. I just remembered that we were supposed to get him out. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, come back. We need your help.
I messaged him and like, hey, we really need your help.
We're supposed to clear this place. We were ordered to by the Resistance. I promise you we'll give you whatever you need. Yes, have you come back?
Bellis just sits down in the dirt.
Yeah, and now you have them all in the front courtyard too.
Tell him to send the Drake in that courtyard.
Can we just go in and lock the doors?
So he stops.
Oh, right in the middle of that thing.
He turns around, he comes back to you, and he goes, "What?"
We
The Resistance
commandeered 2 of the
location.
ships. We need to land one here.
Well, why didn't you say that sooner?
I look at Dawn.
Yeah, you've met Dawn.
Well, I had a lot on my mind. Look, there was a Yankee officer obviously infatuated with me in that room. You know what? He was making unwarranted advances on me, and I was a little concerned.
You used what
What?
I gave you back in the Feywild, didn't you?
It was very useful.
I thought it would be.
Can I have another one?
I only had one, sorry.
I'll have to get another one.
We will. Do it. Awesome.
So I suppose you wanted to go kill them all off and do whatever it is Resistance fighters do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought you'd never ask. It's been a long time, far too long, since I blew something up. Right.
They're all gathered. Sounds like just for you to blow them up.
Well then.
There's more on the other side. There's zombies and some kind of big creepy creature that turned them into zombies.
Long story
Well,
short,
all the
there's a lot
guards
of
should be in the courtyard. None of them are in the building. They're all waiting for my speech. So let's not disappoint them.
Well
and I
then,
walk into
girl,
the building.
I think you should do the speech. Make emphatic gestures with fireballs and lightning bolts. They'll get the point.
All right, so we walk in and
All right.
make our way to the courtyard.
All right.
I guess this is the weirdest.
This is.
I cast disguise self and made myself look like a very short Githyanki.
Oh,
Only her. So it's almost
let's
kinda
just
like
assume that I dropped the major image when I showed up at the rest of the party. Otherwise, they would have been a Githyanki and the wizard that appeared in front of them. I dropped that.
This is so weird.
I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
I mean, this is so bass-ackwards.
We saved the guy before attacking everyone, and now we're back to attack them.
I think this tops my
We have a giant cannon with us.
All right.
Brian.
So-
I think this tops the orc in the tent conversation.
Yeah.
I think this beats the orc in the tent conversation.
Yeah, sorry it took so long just for me, guys. I was trying
All
to
right.
expedite,
So
but I didn't know how to get out of there without.
you guys are actually going through the prison and out the front door to attack everybody.
Yes. We're just gonna walk through the empty prison.
Are you even going to bother with the speech?
Yeah, I'll give a good
I'd like to hear
one-line speech.
I want to hear this
I'd
man's
like to
speech.
hear it. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just set this up real quick, and then you can do your one-line speech, and let's get going.
Let's get the show on the road, ladies.
Finally.
Is Dane with us?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Dane
He's
is.
still
Oh
in-
my lord, this is gonna be.
What? Describe the expression on Dane's face, please.
Dane, he's speechless. He's been just kind of watching all this, and you see that he, like, every once in a while he just shakes his head, like he can't believe he's even a part of something like this.
I look at him, I say, "Come on, you missed us." Meanwhile, as this is happening, Beetle's going to try to, as quietly as possible, launch one of her grapple bolts up to something up on top, and so we can climb up onto the roof and fire down at them.
I'm gonna follow her on that occasion. I'm gonna follow her on that occasion.
I'm just walking straight through the building. I own this place.
I'm gonna try and get a vantage point on the
I
roof.
can't
with
believe you
the
failed that suggestion.
It's beautiful.
I
such a great
I
spell.
cannot believe any of that worked. Quite frankly,
I
mean, I'm
no right to work.
don't get me wrong. I'm glad it worked because that's why I love D&D. But
Yeah, no.
Dur, gentlemen.
I just
Durn,
wow.
durn.
So Emeraldy's not there. Banner's not there. Oh, and I'm missing my new guys. Gion. And Lycom's not there. Nathan. And
That one's better.
Dane. Where are you, Dane? There you are. No, that's not you. I lost Dane. I wasn't expecting Dane to come along, obviously. But that's cool. That's all cool.
I gesture for Nathan to climb up first.
Take her gesture, honestly.
Alright, so you guys, you see the two entrances here and here. Oops. You have to forgive some of the roughness of this, because I just literally made it up.
Okay.
On the fly. So basically, you guys can see, yeah. That's Tear Hornblade.
I've used so many spells already.
But it was worth it.
It was worth it.
That was awesome.
I only have 4 spells left.
Alright, so actually these guys would be out here crowded around with the zombies. The knight would be up here getting ready. Oh, that's not outside. Be over here. Alright, Dawn, you
Put me in
would
the
be
middle,
in
I'm
the
making my
lead
speech.
somewhere.
Where is there like a pedestal I can stand on to make a speech to everyone?
The only pedestal out there is
Is this like an
that's inside. That's
okay.
Yeah, that's like a windowed alcove there.
Then I'll like stand over here where everyone can see.
And
me.
then there's this creature that's standing on that stone dais that I was talking about before, surrounded by his newly made zombies.
Okay.
Everyone else can line yourself up by those doors wherever, in whatever order you see fit.
Nathan and I were going to try to climb up on the roof.
Okay.
See that from above action.
Yeah.
All right. So to give you an idea where the balcony is, roughly the balcony is
I don't know what's
here.
There are 2 of
and
me.
Here.
There's 2.
Why are there 2 of you?
I'll
I think
delete
it's
one of
from-
them.
Oh, because I had placed one of you along with Cog to
Oh,
get
are
an
these the
idea where
balconies
you
here?
guys actually were. Yeah, where those red squares are that I just placed, those are where
Okay.
the balconies are.
Okay. Well, I want to be like near where Dawn's going to be, but above her.
Oh, wouldn't it make sense for me to go on the balcony where I can address everyone?
Yeah, that's the plan. I think
Well-
we're waiting for you there.
Can I like stand here?
You have a limited amount of time to make those kind of decisions starting now.
I just want to be on
Okay,
the
I'll just be at the group. I'll just have walked with the group, and I'll just address everyone from the top of these stairs.
And then me and Beetle would have split off to get a higher vantage point, I guess.
Yeah.
Here.
All right. So
Okay, I'm ready.
Beetle and Nathan, place yourselves wherever you're at. You have about 10 seconds to do so.
I guess balcony would have been.
Just joke.
Yeah. Like this is the roof overlooking the courtyard, right? Where we are.
Or is this all like
the
wall?
balcony? No, the balcony is right here, and there's another balcony directly across from that, up further.
So like right
There's no
there?
roof.
Well, the
Well,
balcony
there's a
would
roof,
have
but you
been
can't get to it.
Oh.
Not in the time you have.
Okay. Balcony's fine then.
All right, that balcony here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like ducking down, crouching, like, and I have my
Okay.
my feather dart ready to go.
All right, and
I have
actually,
crossbow dual loaded and ready to go.
I gotta pull up all kinds of fun stuff here. Everyone, for better or worse, roll
Oh, do I
initiative.
get to say my thing first?
Oh yeah, definitely. While we are rolling initiative, you have
I just
that
walk
time
up
to
to
talk.
I walk up and I raise my hands for everyone to quiet down. As they all turn to me, I shout out, "I have a message for all of you. This city, which you have been beating down for so long, is not dead, but you soon will be." And then I cast fear across everyone.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know where Dawn gets these lines from.
So many saving throws.
Dawn is officially.
I don't think zombies can be frightened, so it should only be to get me.
Let me see.
the
Where's
want to use.
Oh, and since I've used my Tides of Chaos so much earlier, and I've been casting so many spells, you can call a Wild Magic Surge whenever. I've been throwing out high level
actually,
spells
this
left
would
and
be a perfect time for that.
right. Okay.
Oh.
So 6. A Modron chosen and controlled by the DM appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you, then disappears within 1 minute.
Oh no.
So they're the
Okay.
guys from Mechanism, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Whoops.
He's just here as an observer.
This is gonna be
beep boop does not compute.
the more the merrier.
Oh,
Exterminate,
Modron.
exterminate.
Oh,
You can,
Oh.
That's right. Dawn can understand the Modron right
I
now.
can understand the Modron.
What does it say? How does it feel?
If only it was
what
the
the fuck? How did I get here? Where the hell is here?
Why are there zombies everywhere?
All right. So all of a sudden, there's a rupture, a planar rupture, and out pops this very odd-looking, circular-looking thing that seems to be clacking on all four, and it kind of looks at you with one singular mechanical eye and kind of. It's going to share your initiative, and it's going to be yours. I'm going to give you control of that momentarily.
It says you control it in the thing.
No, well, that's fine. That's fine. I know what it says. I can't do it right now.
Okay, well, it doesn't have to do anything. Can it just wander around? Like, it's not going to fight.
It's
Look, take a cage hit every once in a
well, you know, it's you have control of it. You should be able to see it in your journal.
Okay, sure. I am a Modron. Let's go with that.
You is Modron.
All right. And what did you? Oh, fear. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is a huge. +2 to hit.
Wisdom.
Javelin melee. +2 to hit. Reach 5 feet. True or not?
So
but...
the two warriors nearest you.
Yep.
You can definitely tell the telltale signs of them being feared. All right, those two warriors, of course, are going to run. Matter of fact, they run like screaming, and there's nothing to stop them, so they're off the board right now.
They're gone.
Essentially.
Don just starts laughing maniacally. And the Modron goes, ha, 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 as well.
These two,
The dynamic duo, Dawn,
is going to
Modron
run.
Patriot.
10, 15,
Is that creepy thing that turned those things into zombies?
This is a fear
as far as you know, yes.
Okay.
Does it attack the boat?
And they're going to attack you with their great swords. I know a 20 hits, and I know a 5 misses. So one hits you for 10 slashing, 7 psychic damage.
I'm going to
Wait,
shield.
Don's down there?
Yeah, I was first because
We're the only two up here, Beetle.
I shield so they both miss.
All right.
Man, I would have cast Shield of Faith on you if I understood that.
20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's them. Gion, you're up. What do you wish to do?
Oh, did the other one make it?
Alright. I am going to use, let's see here, 2 key points to cast,
And to give you a picture, Gion, you're still inside the building.
like I'm up, so I'm not like at the top, I'm at the top of the stairs, right?
You're right there behind Velis.
Okay.
So if you need to move, go ahead and move your character wherever you want to move, and then declare whatever actions you're going to do.
I'm gonna.
And you can move through allies. You just cannot move. End your
can't
turn
occupy.
on them. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so. So I just can't end my turn. So I can be in the same square as them as long as I don't end my turn in the same square as them.
We're allies, but not enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to. I was hoping before what's Majigger got spawned in. I was going to come up beside Dawn and cast Rush of the Gale Spirits.
Right now, where that is, it may be a little too crowded to do that.
That's what I was thinking.
You
since
can move over here. I'll allow that. It's kind of like you can squeeze in there if you wanted to, and then do that.
Okay.
Or you could just punch someone. It's always a good alternative.
Yeah. I might hold on to the Rush of the Gale Spirits for the moment and just come up here and.
Okay, go ahead and move your token where you want to go.
I'm gonna move right here.
So it's 5, 10. Yeah, you can do that.
All right, and then
You really get around there.
let's see here. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this thing here. All right, I'm gonna do my 2 standard attacks with unarmed strike and then flurry of blows as a free action for 2 key points.
Okay.
Flurry is a bonus.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
It costs key points though, doesn't it?
Right, but it costs key points, but it's a bonus action to Flurry. You've already spent your bonus action, it sounds like.
No, he stopped that. He's
No,
not doing that.
Right.
wasn't doing
I'm
that.
sorry.
No.
Not doing that shenanigans.
Yeah, I
Okay.
play a level 17 monk. It's definitely a bonus action to Flurry.
Okay. All right. So I'm using so all 4 attacks on the fella straight in front of me.
Okay. Go ahead and make
Alright.
your attacks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. Your first 2 and your third misses. Unfortunately, well, no, you've got advantage. So that's no, 3 of them hit. Your first 3 hits.
Awesome.
And
'Cause you're
your
flanking.
4th
Nice.
one does not. As you kind of give a quick staccato of a trio of blows, and then try to follow it up with a sweeping leg, but he just kind of nimbly jumps up under your or over your leg as you do so, doing a good amount of damage.
Let's see. These fellas aren't like magic resistant in any way, are they? Or like resistant
Doesn't seem to be.
non-magical. Okay. Because I've got the key empowered strikes.
Yeah.
And before I end my turn, since I've got mobile feet, I'm going to draw back beside Velis.
Okay, now if you do that, you are going to still draw an opportunity attack from this other Gith warrior that you did
That's
not
right.
attack.
Okay, then I'll just stay put then.
Well, it's already done, and he criticals, unfortunately.
Ow. Okay.
Doing well, as you can see, 14 slashing, plus 8 slashing, plus 14. Wow.
Ow.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
baby.
yow. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
That's a 28, 36 points of damage
Jesus.
as he gets a parting shot from you. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Dawn, you're up.
All right. You see everyone in this line. Right? Oh, wait. He's behind me now?
Gion
out.
is, yeah.
Okay. Good. Because everyone in this line is about to get blasted by electricity. So the two Githyanki in front of me, that zombie, and the Githyanki further, and that weird thing in the middle, and the weird horse thing in the back.
Weird horse thing.
I don't know what's going on with those things. Anyway,
Mass
I'm
destruction.
gonna channel my fear and anger at these Githyanki that have been that were partially responsible for my near-death experience the other day, and just trying to get revenge on them and just channeling my hatred. I'm going to use vengeance from this lightning bolt. Just blast them to hell.
All right, so the
Oh my god, that was terrible. I'm using Empower on that to re-roll those ones. That was awful.
Oh my goodness.
That's 10d6, 23. Yeah, I'm going to re-roll some of those, so take that with a grain of salt.
so that's four ones. Wow.
1, 2, 3. And I can re-roll 4 dice. So
Wow.
whatever this is, minus 4 from it, and then add it to the 23.
So 19 plus
6. No. Well, 19 plus 10. So
29.
wow, that was still pretty bad.
You got some more damage output. You got an
Yeah.
extra 6.
All right,
For
so
10d6.
the Githyanki in front of you. Can you hold that line for me so I can know?
Yeah.
That's a
Who
lot
else
of
is
enemies
integrate?
here. So okay, so that the already damaged Githyanki.
Yeah, the 2 in front of me, and then like 1 zombie, the Githyanki further back. I don't know if that thing in the middle is an enemy or not.
A 19 and a 17 for the 2 in front of you.
They make it.
The zombie after that is a 9. He fails. The Gith behind that is a 5. He fails. The
Like
that
Emperor
monster
Palpatine
thingy
with
dude
lightning.
is
It's
rolls a
been too
natural
long.
20. He's fine.
It's been too long since I've thrown a good lightning bolt out there.
Zombie behind that
Spin on it to
fails.
get it just right.
And then I don't have a.
Did you say fresh zombie? Is that the name of the...
Yep.
It's the Fresh Prince of Silvery Moon.
Wow.
-1?
Yeah.
So that takes double damage, right?
No. All right.
Okay. And
so,
that horse thing behind it, is that an enemy?
Yeah, I don't. Hold on, I don't have a card for that one. So.
Is it even in the initiative? I don't see it.
No, he shares the initiative with his knight.
Ah, okay. Oh shit, there are 2 Githyanki right in front of me.
All right.
Well, I
So-
can't move because they'll get opportunity tags on me, so I'll just stay there.
And actually, the horse dies outright. So
Rest in peace, horse.
it was just a horse. It was just a poor horse.
zombie.
It was a zombie horse, but it was still a horse. Killed my zombie horse, man. All right. So yeah, bolt of electricity, lightning just kind of zaps through the entire courtyard with a huge explosion of energy.
And the Modron is going to make an attack against the guy in front of me with a 7. It stabs with a little spear.
It actually hits the Githyanki, but it's more like a friendly prod.
And it's still going ha ha ha.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. Dane, hearing the festivities getting started, is going to not waste any time as soon as I find his. You need to hurry up and kill these things off. I've got too many things up. He's going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Nice. Good to know.
At level 3. Yeah, it is. And then he's going to, with kind of this maniacal laugh, run forward.
We did this entire adventure in the wrong order.
You really did.
That's why it's beautiful.
I didn't realize he'd be right next to me when I went up.
Yeah, he
there.
can't use that bonus action unless he uses. Okay, so
Well, does it
that's
make
his
sense to me to
turn.
get everyone to come
Nathan,
all the
you're
way
up.
back?
Okay, I'm going to just go down the
Oh,
line
shoot.
with crossbow shots. Starting with... I must just roll my crossbows.
All right.
First one, and then
Yeah, that hits.
there's second one. These are on the fresh zombies. I'm just kind of going down a line of ones
All
that were
right.
hit with the lightning bolt.
So hold your mouse over the zombie you want and just hold down your left click to ping it. There you
Okay,
go.
so-
That one?
Those gonna hit. No, this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first hit. And I don't know if the second one hits or not, but if it does,
All right. Yeah, the first one you kill him as
Oh, nice.
a bolt transfixes it. It wasn't much left as after that a bolt of lightning. And
Yeah.
what was the next one you were firing at?
right
The one in front. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that
there.
definitely. Well, let me look at that one. These are not your typical
Zombies
zombies.
not known for their.
Yeah, no, that does not hit. As
Okay.
it surprisingly with an amount of deftness you're not really
Used to?
accustomed to. He flicks up his shield and it thuds solidly into his shield. You realize that this is a one of the old city guards. As he's now
Tear up a little bit.
Is that your turn?
That's all I can do right now. So yeah, it's in my
Those
turn.
two get the Yankees still running away.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They gone.
Beetle, you're up. What do you wish to do?
How are the two Githyanki in front of Don looking?
The one to this one is looking about half dead. This one is looking pretty healthy.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at the half-dead looking one with my feather dart crossbow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have Bert, who has been charged with minor illusion after our aborted distraction attempt, cause a distracting noise behind him to give me advantage on this.
Okay.
So he hears like an explosion like right next to him, and feather dart.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And then I get sneak attack because Don's there.
Yep. All right. And you said the north one, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you managed to slam it home right between his shoulder blades, or where you guess the Githyanki's shoulder blades might be, as he kind of lurches forward from the impact. Is that your turn?
And
Hey.
then Cog
I'm
Is-
doing that live stream thing still.
going to
You're not, bud.
come down here and distract that guy, the one that I just hit, and give whoever hits him next advantage. And then I'm done.
Okay. All right. Which brings us to Tyrn Hornblade. As soon as I can find his... I have so many up here that I don't know where some of these... Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's going to go up here, and Tyrn's got this kind of goofy grin on his face. Let me see. What is he going to do?
I think we could just leave and let him do everything.
Probably.
Meteor swarm.
He is going to... Let's see. It's been a while since I used this, so I gotta... Yeah, okay. He opens his hands out like this, and you see this cone of cold come out from him. His hands. Whoa. With a crap ton of damage. Doing 38 points of damage on a failed Constitution save, which is hopefully all of them. That's a fail. And that's a lot of zombies, too. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zombies. Because they're known for their constitution. One makes it.
Natural 20.
It's a particularly hardy fresh zombie.
The
One
hardiest
more.
of fresh zombies.
He looks like he might have some frost giant blood.
And this guy. Oh, natural 20. Oh, man, he's rolling well. Yeah, so you see... Let's see, 38. Yeah, all these zombies, they all turn into ice statues. As they're all they slowly turn towards where Dane is and where Taryn is, and a couple of them start shambling mindlessly his way. Whoops, that one only lost 19. And then 4 of them just turns into ice statues. This guy failed, I think. Yeah, he failed, so he takes 38, which is probably a good thing. All right, and that's the creature on the pedestal is going to look across at Taryn, sensing that he did this damage. Gonna go up
Yes,
here.
don't look at me. Thanks.
And he's going to transfix Taryn with a gaze, as his eyes seems to some purple energy lances forward. And that's a con save on Taryn.
Not something that can be counterspelled?
No, it's an innate ability.
Okay.
Ooh, he fails. So he takes... So immediately this purple energy kind of lances out from this creature's eyes, and hits Tyrn, and you see his body starts to shrivel up as necrotic energy takes hold, and he takes 26 points of necrotic damage from
Ouch.
this creature's withering gaze.
26 points of nope.
Tyrion goes, "Oh, that's a tough one." And the Githyanki Knight is going to just lay into Dane Ironbreaker.
Is that the guy charmed by me?
Yep. Where is my love?
He's still gonna do that though.
Right. I'm not anywhere near him.
Yeah.
He's charmed by me.
And as far as he thinks, you know, this guy is a bad guy. 17 and a 24. The 24 hits for 14 slashing and 7 psychic damage.
Return to my son.
As he takes a total of 21 points of damage. Ouch. Not good. Not good at all.
Velis, I'm not cheating on you. It's just a fling.
Speaking of Velis, as Dawn says that out of the corner of her mouth, Velis, what do you wish to do?
Someone who is nowhere near me.
All right. I am
are
going
you
to...
Bells is right behind you.
Oh, he did. I don't see his name.
I'm going to cast Bane at 3rd level
On the Mondron.
on
Curse you.
all the Githyankis and this thing right here. All the ones I can reach, at least. 1. So that would be the knight, this thing, whatever it is, this Githyanki, and this Githyanki.
Okay.
Just got serious.
I just forgot to turn that on.
Look how
All right, and that is charisma. The 2 Githyanki and what other one?
All the Githyanki and the big thing.
All
Well, I
right.
had to be able to see.
So the Githyanki Knight and the big thing are the only things that are left. My DC is a 16.
The Githyanki Knight. The one warrior in the back makes a save. The creature also makes it save. Wow, that's loud. Is that loud for you guys?
It's a good
I
volume.
turned it
for me.
down.
I'll just turn it down for me then. Couldn't hear myself think. The knight does not make his save. So everyone but the Githyanki in the back and the creature is now baned. Let's just call it a little skull and crossbones. All right. Is that it?
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. No, I can't do that. Never mind. I'm done.
Okay. Let me look at this. Bane is the reverse bless, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they roll
Yeah.
1d4 and subtract it from every attack and
Like band of luck on
And
everything.
every saving throw.
Okay.
every saving throw.
The Githyanki next to your monodrone is going to attack the monodrone for kind of like, especially after it prodded him. He rolled a 10. Does that hit?
I don't have its AC or anything.
I can
have
look it up
I
real
have
quick.
its actions.
Oh,
Which one is it?
the AC
the
should be
monodrone?
towards the top there.
like a 12 or something for monotone.
Let me look at it.
There's a lot of like flavor text, but I don't see it.
Armor class is just okay. It's 15. Yeah, it misses.
The monitor to the 15 AC. It's higher than my base AC.
I
Without
don't
Yeah,
know.
but it only
Made
has
out of
5.
metal.
It's a tank, man.
And the other one's going to attack you, Dawn.
Oh yeah, that hits.
12 slashing and 11 psychic. Man,
Jeez, these guys hit hard.
yeah, they do. That's one of the reasons why I like them.
It's half my health.
Did you subtract the 4 from that?
It's not gonna matter.
I did.
It's a
Roll
21.
1d5 or 1d4.
Yeah,
Roll
in
1d8.
in either case, it wouldn't matter.
What about a shield and do that?
I can only cast shield once per day.
The this guy's
It's
going
an
to
item I have, not a spell I know.
20. He's going to attack.
Oh, I need to make my con save against that DC 12.
14.
Here.
That is a hit for
I made it.
10 more damage.
Thank you, con save proficiency.
Um,
Sorcerers.
all
The
right.
one good proficiency they get.
The other two are still running. Technically, I guess they would get a saving throw now. So
They're so far gone.
get their.
Nope.
And
they-
neither of them save.
They're just
They
still
keep running.
running.
Yeah.
They gone.
Uh,
They out of this hemisphere by this
which,
point.
which brings us back to Gion.
I hope they get executed for desertion.
Alright.
Bloodthirsty Dawn.
Here we
They
go.
deserve it. They've been stabbing unarmed prisoners.
All right,
They
Gion,
deserve
what are you
whatever's
going to
coming
do?
Let's see here.
There's a time and place to show mercy.
I'm thinking here. Alright. Oop, nope. I'm still figuring out controls. I apologize. 1, 2, 3.
And keep in
All
mind,
right.
when it's not your turn, be thinking about your turn so we can keep things going.
Right here. And then I'm going to use my Fist of Unbroken Air.
Oh, you're elemental smoke?
Yep.
User on this
I
fella right
love
there.
that one.
I am not
He's-
familiar with that.
I think, yeah.
And I'm gonna use an extra key point to add an extra D10 of damage to it.
All right.
And here we go. That's depressing.
You got 2 1s.
What's your
Good
key
rolls
these
on the
days?
other two, though.
15?
Yeah.
Works out to about average.
Fist of Unbroken.
Probability.
Created by us.
Always gets you.
Oh, strength saving. Okay. What's your DC? Oh, never mind. It's right there.
That's a cool ability.
Yeah, it is.
I've always liked that one.
You like freaking Aang from Avatar.
Yeah, totally.
There's my zombie knight.
We made that joke when he was making that character.
Yep.
Making Aang from Avatar.
And he critically fails.
Oh!
Half damage. Okay, no knockback, no prone. Okay, so he gets knocked back and prone plus 18 bludgeoning.
Yep.
How far does he get?
500 feet.
20
Push
feet
back
back.
20 feet and then gets knocked prone.
20 feet? That's huge.
Wow. All right.
It's
So as
The hell of an
just
air-
after he connects with Dane pretty good, he gets blown back 20 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. And
Into that
he's
thing.
prone.
He just ragdolls.
Yeah, pretty much. Uh-huh. And that's 18 points. Dang. That is awesome.
That's a great.
Yep.
That's a beautiful thing.
Now I want to be a monk. Is that your turn?
Monks are pretty cool.
That is my turn.
All right, Gion, as he rounds the corner behind Dane, you see him like punch the air, and nothing happens at first. But then, like this fist of air forms right between Dane and the Githyanki Knight, and it plows into the knight so hard that it makes him fly back, and just basically makes him flop back on his back. Dawn, you're up. What do you wish to
All right.
do?
The Modron goes, I am invincible, and attacks the Githyanki right in front of it with a 20! It does 2 points piercing damage.
I'm just like imagining like the Star Wars, one of the prequel trilogies where R2D2's like just murking droids by himself, like lighting them on fire with oil and everything.
Okay, and then it's going to move back here. Do they take opportunity attacks against it?
Yeah.
Good.
One
I'm trying to
does.
use the reactions on
One,
it rather
one
than me.
does. The one that it hit does.
Okay.
And he still misses.
It parries with its javelin.
Actually, by this point, this gets Yankee. You hear him go, that freaking beep, 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 beep. And he's like, starts cussing out this. He says, what the hell is that anyway?
I understand all of it.
It came here from a different plane. No one knows why it's here at all.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
And I'll just shocking grasp the other one in front of me
All right.
for 25. So 8 points of lightning damage.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, if
So-
anyone, which this you'd have advantage on that guy.
No, the one that didn't just attack. I'm using the other one's reaction. This gets rid of his reaction, so I can get away. So I hit him. Neither of them have reactions, so I can move now. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I moved that. 3, 4, 5.
Well, actually, the one does.
No.
Oh
it
no,
attacked
shocking
front.
grasp.
So that was my master plan.
Wait a minute.
5,
Let me
6,
look.
7. Are these windows up here? I
Yeah,
can see
they're
out of?
half plates. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a windowed terrace there.
Okay. I just reach out to the knight and I say, "My love."
You're really gonna make me do this, aren't you?
I don't know.
Uh,
Do whatever you want. He might not even hear me. He just got.
he,
He just got blown back.
he looks at you. Goes, "Milady, are you safe?"
No, come help.
You see the Yankees start to get up.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. We're off the
that
rails.
is so weird.
We're off the rails.
Why didn't that work? Okay. Yeah, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. So I need to look at. Wisdom save. That's what it was. All right. So this guy is.
Julia,
wisdom
you were my favorite for giving me that filter of love. I don't think that usage will ever be topped.
That was definitely the most fun I've had watching someone use.
You know, out of all the uses, I thought you would put that to. That had to. that is probably dead last.
And yet,
The
Well, I
most
figured I can
common
ask him to
goal.
do one thing with my suggestion if it works. And then he'll probably attack me. So this is the way to get it. It's like wishing for more wishes.
I don't know. I've had people
All right.
fully held up for 24 hours with a suggestion spell before.
Go stand in this corner and close your eyes.
No, I asked our cocker to shove his head up his ass. He was there for 24 hours trying to do it. Great day and a great use of a spell.
Now you know what I'm dealing with, guys.
Damon at his finest.
Alright, Dane Spirit Guardians does its damage, and Dane himself is going to do some more nasty stuff. He is going to. Ooh, yeah, he's going to cast Banishment
Ooh.
I banish.
on this big, ugly creature.
This is a cool map, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mine are just lines.
Charisma
I go to
saving
Brian's
throw.
game and it's like some sort of digital model of us.
Unfortunately, he makes his save at a natural 20.
oh,
God, he's rolling good.
Yeah, he is.
He's rolling nice.
Yep.
wait,
Oh,
is he Dane? No, he didn't
I
fail.
don't think that'll matter.
by the
Yes,
way,
oh, no,
I
he
think
surveyed.
you all should have the benefit of actually knowing what this creature is.
Yeah, can any of us identify it yet?
A Balor.
Well, I can tell you for sure that none of you have actually seen a creature like this before. Nathan, you're up.
I'm going to burn an action surge, and I'm going to hit Ye Big Ugly with all 4 of my shots. I'm throwing everything at this kid.
Ye big ugly. Okay.
Ye Big Ugly with all I got handed on me.
All right. That's the first one hit. The second one hit, and that's it.
And I'm gonna put I'm gonna spend a superior die and put a precision attack into one of the hits, so it's an extra 5 damage.
All right. Yeah, right from the balcony, you see a staccato of 4 bolts fly across the intervening space to bury themselves deeply within this creature, who is now not looking so good, as he is more than half dead.
One splatter on the ground. I love it.
Does any
I
of
did
you speak Abyssal?
I do now.
Because
Oh yeah. So you hear from this creature's sagging mouth. It's really hard to tell. He's not very intelligible, just because it's hard to form words with this very odd-looking lax mouth of his. But he does mumble something about Orcus and help your child and things like that, of that nature.
I disregard it as the mad ramblings of a lunatic.
Is that your turn, Nathan?
That's all she wrote.
All right, Beetle, you're up.
All right. Well, no one has attacked this guy yet, so he still has advantage granted by Cog. So I am going to attack him. And since
Yeah, that
Cog is
hits.
there, I get sneak.
Actually, he did take quite a lot of damage from the lightning. I would
I
add
gave
as
him
well.
the old 1-2 as well.
11. And oh yeah, you kill him as you kind of bury a couple of bolts right into his head, and it splits like a melon.
Solid.
And then Burt Reynolds is going to make this guy think that that there's like popcorn popping under his feet, like pop 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 pop. Try to get him to do a little dance.
Do a dance.
All right, I think I'm going to do a wisdom saving throw on that one.
That's fine.
What's your DC?
Mine?
Hers.
Mine. It is 14. He fails.
Yeah, he
He's
fails.
also baned anyway.
All right,
Yeah, true.
that is true. Yeah,
What
so
does he
he
do?
fails, and he's actually looking down at his feet now, like moving his feet, like trying to see what it is.
And then Cog is going to just again like do his flyby thing and like try to distract this dude.
Okay, is that your turn?
Oh wait, no. Well, he's already distracted. So Cog is going to fly up because he can fly fast, and he's gonna go distract the big thing, like flying around its head because it's tall, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about 8 feet tall.
Yeah. so
Even
he's-
even in its hunched form.
All right. So Cog is using the help action to try to give whoever attacked that thing next advantage.
All right. Which brings us back to Tarn, as he's seems to be weighing his options here very carefully. I'm just calling the cold those.
Gave you 9 hit points back, Don.
Thank you very much. Should we just have the zombies take an extra turn now since they've been gone?
Nah, I'll just roll with
Okay.
it. It was my
Well, we-
mistake.
We can pretend I frightened all of them anyway.
All right, is that your turn, Velis?
Yes, sir.
All right. Man, this guy doesn't have much to live for. He's just gonna slash at Tarn Hornblade. Miss. This guy.
Oh, the Knights got deleted too. The Knights initiative. He
Man,
went
what is
pretty
going
late.
on?
I don't know. He should have gone right before Velis though.
Because he had a 6, I think.
That's so weird.
That's never that. Whatever.
Because you took him off the screen when you killed him.
Oh, I guess
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the knight's gonna go next. He's gonna slash at Dane here. Misses one time, hits a second time for 23 damage. Dane is looking close to dead at this point as he staggers back under the onslaught. The Gith Warrior. Let me see here. Give me a second. Let me look at, because I know he's got that ability. What is it? Ah, yes. Excuse me. He's going to Misty Step right next to you, Don, because you pissed him off the most. Yes, he missed anyway, so we're good there.
Don goes, turns around, and goes, ah! He appears behind the duck down. He swings over my head.
All right, Gion, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to use my last 3 key points to do another charged up Fist of Unbroken Air.
All right, against.
I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Unexpected error. Uh-oh.
The Modron is hacking you.
I don't know what's going on.
Maju does not.
Just go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, so it's 4d10.
Yep, just
Alright.
slash R and then 4d10. Space and then 4d10.
So slash R, then space, and 4.
D10.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go, 20.
And instead
He
of DC of 15.
rolls a 17, so he does
Was he
not
part of
get
the
thrown back, but he still takes half damage.
Is that with Bane?
Is he part of the Bane?
He is part of the Bane.
He is. Let me roll that.
Oh, come on.
So it's 16, so it's still...
Ah!
Yeah, he
Where'd that
makes
shot?
it.
Wait, was that the Githyanki Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna bend luck on that to lower another D4. -3. We're gonna stack all the effects.
What a way to treat your true love, Don.
Hey, he doesn't know it's me.
60, yeah, he takes full damage then.
He's knocked prone.
which is
and
kind
knocked
of
back 20 feet.
which is kind of funny because he gets knocked prone, got knocked back, he gets up, runs forward, and then it happens to him all over again. Except
It
for
looks like he's just about to power through to just.
except for when he falls, he finally lands, he doesn't get back up.
And when it looks like he's about to weather the damage, I just wag my finger and go, "Oh no, darling," and he just.
Yeah, and he's gone. He's dead.
Alright, I'm out of key points, folks.
All right, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Don, you're up. The
Oh, right, turning
tide
back-
has turned. It looks.
Oh, except all the zombies are now moving.
That is true.
uh,
A belated reaction from their nearly departed creator.
Audrey's gonna run up and say, "Protect, protect, and attack the Githyanki attacking him." Advantage. The critical! The critical! It stabs him in the calf.
Wow. Okay.
11 points of damage, almost maximum damage on that.
Practice master.
That's hilarious. That's the best.
Just stabs a spear into his calf. Okay, how's this one looking right in front of me?
About half dead.
Okay,
No.
I'll just shotgun grasp him right in front of me. Why not? Yeah, I have advantage on this one too.
Yeah, you do.
He's flanked by my Modron. Go, my minion. 6 damage. The Modron out-damaged me. However, he can't use his reaction now, so I'm just gonna run away.
Yeah. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm booking it. The Modron's gonna follow.
All right.
I don't even know what his movement speed is. I'll just move it there. I assume it can move that.
It has a fly speed of 30 and a move speed of 30.
Okay.
And, like, as it's running away, you just hear like the R2D2 scream coming from it.
I've turned into Beetle with her mechanical pets.
See how much fun they are? I told you.
I'm done.
I've just
Alright.
had tanks.
I can't handle any more on this turn.
Dane's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself because he's hurting pretty bad.
This mini session has turned into
20.
experiences.
This mini session has turned into a full session.
21.
21 points of or hit points restored to him, thankfully. Yeah. It's just really, really good because he was only 8 points from death. And he's actually going to back here and take a breather as he does so, which brings us to Nathan. Man, your crossbows have been bolts have been awesome. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna hit this. I think the last standing Githyanki that I can see twice with the crossbow.
Okay.
Go right back to it.
Unfortunately, neither of them hit.
Oh.
As one of them clanks harmlessly off of his breastplate and the other one misses completely.
I'm pretty much shotgunning these things at 2 at a time, so I expect it to happen eventually.
Like rapid fire crossbow.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
All right.
It's like a crank operated.
I
Beetle,
shot 4
you're up.
times in 6 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna have Cog do a flyby on this gift guy to give me advantage.
All right.
I am going to shoot him in the face because that's what I do.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And I have friends there, so he will take another 12 damage to the face.
And he would just collapse under the onslaught as your crossbow bolts just kind of goes in a, just like the other melons before, it splits.
Okay, and then Burt Reynolds is going to make this gift warrior suddenly start to see bubbles coalescing all around him.
You're killing me.
Beautiful.
Die from the effervescence.
And he rolls a 12, so he
And
does see
There is bubbles everywhere for him.
And
bubbles.
they're pretty pink sparkly bubbles.
These guys are dying the lamest ways. You go to their afterlife and like all the warriors like, so how do you meet your end? And they're like, I don't know, these bubbles appeared all around me.
And I
I'm
just got stabbed.
Trolling or get the Yankee.
I was stabbed by some kind of weird round mechanical bug.
All bubbles were all around me.
You're gonna be ostracized.
All right, is that your turn?
That guy
Alright,
should be good and distracted.
Terran Hornblade kind of cracks his knuckles, and he's going to say, well, now that I see some of these zombies starting our way, I think it's time to give us some breathing room. And he casts Wall of Force. And basically,
Just effortlessly controlling the encounter.
he a Wall of Force basically comes into being right across there. And that's his turn as he kind of sits back and folds his arms.
Watches us do whatever we do.
Yep. And these zombies are all going to do their creepy creep thing. A little faster than perhaps you're used to seeing as they all go up to this Wall of Force and begin to mindlessly kind of boom, boom, boom. And they're just beating on this Wall of Force and they don't understand what's going on, which brings us to Velis and the single soul Gith Yankee warrior stuck behind this Wall of Force. What are you going to do?
Distracted by bubbles.
Oh,
I'm going to look
mind.
at it and I'm going to go, well, I would say that you're
One of them
ugly,
starts
but
running
that
500
yeah.
feet away.
just that would just be an insult to truly ugly people. You're so hideous, and cast vicious mockery.
I love it. And that's a charisma, right? A wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
All the wisdom. You rolled max damage on that. Why do you get a +1?
Yeah.
So do 1d4 though. He's one of my baned ones.
Oh, yep.
Why do you get a +1 to that damage, Jay?
That was something special that, yeah, baby.
We're getting such good rolls tonight.
And you swear you actually see this Githyanki warrior that's been through so much in his life, scarred and kind of, knows how to handling himself. A single tear slides down his cheek. And even though you can't understand him, Dawn can, as he says, I'm not ugly! Is that your turn?
And then I run away.
And just for flavor, the bubble disappear and you hear the tiniest violin.
That trombone.
I don't have a trombone on me. I can play that.
Oh my god. What is happening tonight?
All right. This Yankee warrior, newly insulted, is looking to make up for that and attack you with a critical. Holy moly!
You hit twice by him. Oh.
Uh,
Rest in peace, Gion.
and oh man,
Rest in peace.
that's 17 plus 16. That's a crap ton of
33.
damage.
33.
As you take 33 damage, Gion, and you are down.
Are you living?
Are you down?
I'm out of hit points.
No.
Yeah, so
Rip.
he's down and into death saving throws as
It's
blood
a lot of blood.
apparently goes all over the place. Wow, that's brutal. Which brings us to Gion. Make your
Death
death
save.
saving throw.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
What's with you and these death saving throws? They come with you so
Oh my
often.
gosh.
Nat 20.
Come on.
I did it the other day. You can do it.
Alright. So it's /r space d20.
1d20, yeah. Come
D20
on.
works, too. Oh,
Nope.
that's a
Nope.
fail.
Okay. So, on your, I know I didn't explain this. I didn't honestly think I would, it would come to this.
You had
But
to roll the
on
crits on
your
him.
character sheet, you should see,
They're check marks.
Yep, check marks. There you go.
Yeah, I found
Yep,
them.
that's
Okay.
it. All right. In order to make your death save, you just click on the death saves button,
Okay.
and that'll make that easier for you. Okay,
You told me, but I didn't relay that to Tyler because I didn't think this would happen.
it's fine. It's fine. Dawn, you're up.
My
The
freaking lord. man.
Modron goes protect protocol and runs over here and makes a medicine check to try and stabilize. Arms and starts like trying to bandage. I don't even know what it's doing.
It has a wisdom of +0.
Okay, it's a wisdom of
It's
0.
Straight
possible.
roll. It's a straight roll.
Is it? It's a DC 10 to stabilize someone.
Yeah.
Is it trained in medicine on humanoids, Julia?
Is
Um,
it
You know,
just a
it does
D20.
it
Yeah, it's
does
just a
not
D20.
mention.
It doesn't.
This monodrone looks over the body of Gion, and you see a little compartment on its spherical body open up, and he pulls out this very neatly folded gauze, and he just kind of and he binds up his wound.
Like the robot from Jetsons.
and stabilizes Gion. Gion, what that means to you is that you no longer have to make death saving throws. You won't die unless something, of course, attacks you, which is possible. He's still there.
Say, guys.
But you're not awake. You're not conscious yet. Okay, go
You
ahead,
wake
Don.
up in 1d4 hours if nothing else happens.
If nothing else happens.
So Don's gonna just pop over here and shoot a firebolt at that guy, wondering how the monodrone is so competent. Why is it better
This
than
has
we
been one very surprising little mechanical thing.
It's
I
done
like
some
this
wonderful things.
are? Firebolt. I hit him. At least.
Yeah,
The
you hit him.
monodrone isn't outperforming me yet.
Yet.
It's just a matter of time with these rolls.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'll just shoot a firebolt at the get the Yankee for 12 damage.
All right. Dane is going to roar forward
And
and
then start cheering the monodrone.
Oh, actually, I take that back. He is going to, seeing that one of his own is down, of course. Let's see.
Gonna do something clericy.
Yeah,
Clericy things.
he is going to do.
God, I'm sad it's gonna disappear.
Destroy
in like 30
undead.
seconds. I want it now.
Beetle, you have to build the monodrone now.
I think I'm gonna go try and find it on Mechanus.
Mass healing word, and everybody gains 7 hit points.
Even me?
Yes, even you.
Yes, especially you.
I stabilized you.
I have
for no
taken-
reason.
Take it was worth the
It
effort.
was-
though.
It was comedic effect. That's what it was.
It was worth the effort. That's all
I
that it
am
was.
alive.
I like how the robot from
Oh.
Mechanus knew how to heal
That's
somebody.
funny.
Praise Tamora.
Arthur just had a compartment just candidly right there, just whoop.
Shoot some sort of healing beam out of its eye.
I just automatically the robot from the Jetsons. That's the perfect imagery of it.
Let's see.
I don't even know if they speak. Do they speak?
I think that's it for him. Nathan, you're up.
I've been speaking, so it speaks.
Modron, speak Modron.
I'm a pop.
Right. I took that language.
More arrows at the guys right outside the wall of force.
Actually, I take that back. He's also going to go up here, and he's going to attack once. Because I forgot mass healing word is a bonus action.
Yep.
So he's going to attack once. 15 misses. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm firing the barrage of bolts again at one at this one,
Crossbow.
right? And then one at that one.
Yeah.
One each. Here we go.
Hit,
both
hit.
of
Nice.
I'm a pop,
Let's see.
and I'm gonna feel greedy. I'm gonna pop precision strike on both of them.
All right.
Extra 1 to the first one, and then an extra 6 to the second hit.
All right. Yeah, they don't look too healthy. Of course, they never really did. They were zombies.
I need to remove 2 more superiority dice from there. I got 2 left. Sweet.
All right. Is that your turn?
I don't have anything bonus action-y wise.
All right.
So
Beetle.
I'm good. Yep, that's where I end it.
Second wind.
All right, Beetle
an action, I
whistles.
think.
Yieldin. All right,
It's an
Beetle
action for
whistles
second wind.
Cog. Oh no, actually, second wind is a bonus action.
Is it? Well, I've taken 0 damage, so I'm fine.
Have
We
you
are
have an
safe from
action
our
surge
balcony.
yet, have you?
I popped it when I went for the
Oh,
Servant of Orcus, and I hit 2 out of 4 shots.
Sweet. Okay. I was wondering why you did something. That makes sense. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And Beetle's going to dash over here and whistle to Cog as he comes flying down, whoosh, and like distracts this dude.
You see that Dawn is grinning as she's throwing firebolt after firebolt at this guy.
16 hit.
Yeah. Wait, which one you fired at?
Look at Yankee, I think.
Big Yankee. That's left.
No, it does not hit. I'm sorry.
Ow.
Rip.
Beetle stumbles a little as she's running, like, ah, crap. Messes up her shot. And then, let's see, Bert, who's still on my back like a backpack, is going to lance out a little funny spider leg, and this guy is going to see a butterfly land on his nose.
Yeah.
Like right in front, like a really big one right in front of his eyes.
He rolls a natural 20. At first he's like, now I get it.
Which
And
I
of course,
understand.
which you understand and no one
There
else
you go.
is.
Oh, he's on to you, Beetle.
He's on
buddy.
to your trickery.
Is that your turn?
He's on to your trickery.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. Terran Hornblade kind of looks at his wall of force and how wonderfully the zombies have lined up for him, and he is now going to drop his line of or wall of force and follow it up with a fireball at 5th level. So that's 10d8.
Yep.
And they've got such good dexterity.
For 49 damage. And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
I like how
5.
they gathered in the
1, 2, 3, 4,
courtyard
5.
for this. I guess true.
And none of them make their
Pew, pew,
and
pew, pew.
This session is everything I love about D&D.
and basically every zombie in existence combusts into ash.
Seems legit.
Love it.
Including all the ones in the Underdark and everywhere else. They just all
Yep.
explode.
Yeah,
Other
Some of
side of the
these all
city,
die.
gone. Sewers,
just wondered-
gone.
that's exactly it.
There's this guy over here just didn't watching the whole thing.
Which means that there are no more zombies to fight, which means, Velis, you're up.
All right. I am going to.
Oh, I forgot about this
Oh, what
guy.
the hell? These like little black wisps of energy, smoke, fire things kind of curl up from my eyes as I glare at this Githyanki warrior, and you can see my lips moving, but you can't hear anything. At least you hope you can't hear anything, because it seems like it would just, the way my lips are curling and my eyes are glaring, it seems like it'd just be horrible, nasty things coming out of me. And I cast Dissonant Whispers at him at 4th level.
Oh my god. What if we have to get another fight later today? It just started.
He's banned on his saving throw still.
Wow.
I'm trying to conserve spell slots now.
All
I'm
right.
glad I'm throwing superiority dice at the wind at this point.
So 22 damage.
All right.
Half damage on save success.
And you
Oh.
roll. Oh. Yeah.
Dane's gonna get a.
Uh,
Dane and our monk friend, who is no longer unconscious, are both gonna get attacks of
If
opportunity.
that doesn't just kill him.
our monk friend should be conscious.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is currently,
I forgot to
Yeah,
take
I
his
am
X
still
off.
prone.
There you go.
but he's kind
And
of.
the Modron too.
Oh, and
Modron gets an attack of
Please,
opportunity.
please let the
actually,
Modron do it first.
this
attack
guy's
you
dead.
some. Oh.
As
The
he
dissonant
he
whispers
drops
Modron's
his
stats
sword,
anyway.
he drops his sword, he grabs his head, and he screams this most blood-curdling scream you've ever heard anybody scream, and he just collapses into a heap.
And the Modron says, "Justice has been served."
Gets the final stab.
And
He would have critted.
Butterflies are terrifying. They turn into things.
So, wait, is this guy gone too?
They're all dead.
and with that, along with the two fleeing Githyanki warriors that never returned,
They gone.
I'm still concentrating
this,
on that.
this
spell.
place is now cleared of all opposition.
Yay!
I salute the Modron as it disappears back to its plane.
I'm really glad I remembered at the last minute before that guy was leaving that we were supposed to do this.
Right?
Yeah.
I was.
I forgot.
I had to because I was so entertained by what you did. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait, we have to go back.
We need him.
I was not going to correct you either. I was going to say, well, this will
I
be
know.
interesting to see how this plays out.
Monodrome.
But this
Must return to
is
its
where
people.
we're going to end the session. Well, that concludes this session of our Forgotten Realms D&D campaign. If you have enjoyed this session, please remember to hit the like button to show your support. And if you'd like to see the continuation of this series, please remember to subscribe. You can also watch us on Twitch TV. The link for that is down below in the description. We broadcast every other Saturday at typically 6:30 Eastern Time. Check the Twitch channel for exact times. Sometimes they do change or are modified. So please keep an eye on that. And hey, follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. The link to my Twitter account is down below. Until then, have a good day.